Hello everyone, my name's Steph, I'm Botanist Cool. Today, I'm here with the Ace Attorney expert herself,
Katie!
And we're playing some Ace Attorney Investigations, which, I will say this. Wait, there we go. They do have a few options that, first of all, they have the OG music and the arranged music, and they also have new art style and OG art style. Which maybe one day I'll switch between the two just to see what it was like as a vibe. But we're gonna keep with the new art style and the arranged stuff for now, and then maybe we'll check out the other stuff in the future. But I am so excited, Katie. I know you're excited.
Yeah.
And honestly, I mean, we just gotta. Guys, out of curiosity, what is this fucking? Look at Edgeworth's silhouette. That looks like a fucking mullet, doesn't it?
We're convinced of this. I say it's too far down to be that. Like, it's a low ponytail at best.
It's his crevasse, but it looks like a mullet, and I'm just saying.
It does not, though.
It so does.
It does not. Like, look at the, like, angle of the back of his head.
Yeah, I've seen weirder. I mean, have you not seen... Have I showed you the mullet pageant contest, the USA mullet pageant contests?
No, and I don't particularly want to see it.
Right, let's get on to this. Alright, so there's Ace Attorney and Ace Attorney 2. Wow, that's a fancy courtroom. What the hell? That's a big statue in the back. This is like normal. Do we go to some other fucking place in the second game? Alright, let's see. Looks like he has more hair, so maybe a ponytail depends on the style of hair. Really, so Chip agrees with you. Disgusting. Turnabout visitors start from this episode. Let's do it, guys.
I'm glad you have eyes, Chip.
Everything old is new. I got. Oh, okay. Let's see what that is. Ooh. To make sure the other... Oh, wait. Yeah. That's the job of a prosecutor, after all. That may be true, but why? Why go this far? Wait, that's not Edgeworth?
It's not.
Fuck, his silhouette doesn't give me enough to make a voice for him. Whoa! Edgeworth, no! Oh, this guy looks like a sailor.
Interesting choice on what a sailor looks like.
Never mind, that's not a sailor. It looked like a sailor over there. I'm a project. Who the fuck are you? He looks like a yogi. That's the problem. I don't know how to give a yogi voice. Who's that person? I know! You have long hair, you don't have one? That's valid. Who is this dude?
2:05 a.m.? Jesus, Edgeworth.
Hey, it's the boy!
Oh boy, I can't wait to get back to my office and close up after a long day.
At the start of an early morning. It's hard to believe that I've been away from my office for a whole month. I hope Detective Gumshoe's been keeping an eye on my office and keeping it clean.
Boy, it would suck if there was a murder.
The door's unlocked. Detective Gumshoe? What's the smell? It's very familiar. Blood. No, not the Phoenix Wright chessboard. It's been knocked down. What the? What's the meaning of this?
Let's give it a normal voice until you figure it out.
Yeah, fair enough. Freeze. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's a revolver. Identify yourself. Shut up. You've got some nerve committing murder in the prosecutor's office. Not my... Oh, there's a safe back there. Is that a threat? Let me make one thing very clear. What?
I have a death wish. Your threats mean nothing to me.
I once told my boyfriend that I chose death, and I meant it. No one gets. That's such a very specific thing to say. That's like, how long have you been waiting to pull that one out, Edgeworth?
First his car, then his office.
Yeah. We don't know who this person is yet, Chip. No one gets away with committing murder in my office. No one. Jiu-jitsu time! Hua, hua! Wait, you just...
I am the knight.
I am the knight. My name is Miles Edgeworth, and I work as
I haven't played any other Ace Attorney game. Here's my little ditty.
In case this is your first Ace Attorney game ever. The one that hasn't been released in the West.
Now, to be fair, the first one was.
Oh, okay. The second one wasn't.
Second one wasn't until now.
It's Gunman. Yeah, it's Gunman. We'll give a voice to Gunman. And I work as a prosecutor in my local district. Little did I know that upon my return home after a month abroad, learning jiu-jitsu, I would be thrusted into a multitude of cases and some very frantic and busy days.
So, like, timeline-wise, this is, like, the month that he got back, like, after, doing his work from the third case, I'm pretty sure. Because I think that case takes place in February? I don't remember.
I mean,
but yeah, they really cram in the time. Get ready, buckle up for Edgeworth's, like, 8 crazy days. They adhere to that timeline.
They cram in some things from the so like there's like the prosecutor's award back there that from the last game that had the sword.
Yeah, be sure you've got to. The thing about this game is you've got to inspect every nook and cranny.
Mm-hmm. There's the Steel Samurai. Then there's the bouquet from Wendy Oldbag. Wendy Oldbag. From Wendy Oldbag. And then there's the chessboard with him on it. Just something.
Well, not anymore.
Yeah, no, now he's been knocked off. And 2 cops.
Get ready to, like, go on a wild time. It's gonna be great. Because now we get to, like, find out more about Edgeworth than you ever could have dreamed. It's great.
I love it. That's great. Also, the music is reminiscent of Ace Attorney, obviously. And a little bit of Phantom Detective, Ghost Detective, whatever it's called. Spirit Detective?
Edgeworth's music tends to be a bit jazzier, so I can kind of see.
Like, this feels like the safe behind his coat. I know, yeah. I'm looking at that safe. I'm just like, ooh, safe. Like, this feels like I can see Ray doing his little dance, his little lamp dance to this song. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can totally see him like doing a little lap dance. His lap dance. No, his lamp dance. Seth, there's an M there. I finished photographing the victim. Oh. I finished photographing the victim's body, sir! Very well. Please continue your investigation. Yes, sir! Ah, Mr. Edgeworth, are you okay, sir?
My boy, he's come for us.
Let's go! It has a photo of Phoenix and Edgeworth in it. It does, Chip. You're right. My boy is back. Look at him in all of his glory. Is that his brand new coat that he was talking about before?
That is not a brand new coat. That's not. It's very a swanky green. Old coat.
It's very green. I know he got a new one at the end of the old game, and I'm like, damn.
Well, no, at the old. Did he get a new one?
Yeah, didn't what's her name? Oh, or was it just because we saw him in the past?
I'm trying to remember if he got a new coat. I didn't think so, but I need to double. Maybe I just forgot.
Maybe
I probably just forgot, honestly.
I thought he got a new one for some reason. Either way.
Maybe I just like forgot.
Yeah.
Because like I have so many like gumshoe sprites in my head.
And none of them have a nice new coat.
I tend to mix them up. Because I do know he has a different coat sprite
Yeah.
at some point for a thing.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm mixing that up with Ace Attorney 4 and thinking like, no, that's this part, not Ace Attorney 4. So
All right.
I don't know. You might be right. My memory's pretty bad. So.
Keep it down, detective. This is a crime scene. When I heard that a murder taking place in your office, I ran up here straight away. This is Dick Gumshoe. He's a detective with the local precinct. Me looking at the tea set, wondering if I want to make tea now. Dude, make yourself some tea. Be comfortable.
Yeah.
If you want to make tea, drink tea.
So my friend, when we were playing, pointed out that his ear looks messed up. I don't know why, but it does.
How so?
His ear just, like, it doesn't look right.
I mean,
it looks kind of like weirdly puffy or something. I can't like put my finger on it. I'm not an artist.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay.
But like it seems off.
What does E do? Oh, however, I prefer to keep it in my pocket. Wow. Lame. Stranger. Okay.
So you know what you must do.
Yep. And this one they assigned to handle the murder case for the time, and the one that they assigned to handle the murder case for the time being. You're looking a little pale, sir. You hurt? No, I'm perfectly fine. However... Ah! Look what they did to your office! It's totally trashed! I'll say, the culprit sullied my floor with dirt rather well.
There's a man bleeding who bled out over there. And you're like, look at all this dirt.
How could he walk in here with his dirty fucking shoes? Excuse me, can you just leave the blood right there? We need that for evidence later. How dare you come with dirty, bloody, dirty shoes? No one gets away with Dude, a lot
the
of
same tone as no one murders in my office.
There's such a... You know what? I'm starting to see these weird... He has such a big forehead.
I mean, I think he always has kind of...
No, but it is so accentuated with his chibi form. Just something I've noticed, that's all.
Suppose.
No one gets away with tracking mud into my office. Whoa! Sounds like you're getting real burned up over this whole thing. The crime was committed in my office, so it is my responsibility to solve it. Oh, just like you, Mr. Edgeworth. Okay, time to do some investigating. Agreed. Our first course of action is to gather relevant facts and leads. We must not overlook anything, no matter how small, if we are to find the truth. So I'll keep any leads or information we find etched in the forefront of my mind. Speaking of things that pique my curiosity, why of all places did the murder occur in my office? Oh, press Q, hold on. I get the nagging feeling that this is something important to keep in mind. Is there... Oh, Gumshoe. Homicide detective at the local precinct in charge of the initial investigation. You know, fair enough. He's 32. God,
Age 32. Oh.
I'm almost as old as you, Gumshoe, but I don't look as grizzled or handsome as you. I'm so sorry. Why have I let you down, Gumshoe? I'm so sorry, bud. I don't have that same hot, grizzled detective look.
I just got hit with how old I am. Well, at least I can feel good. Like, you know how when you're like younger, you're like, how are all these adults this dumb? It's just like, yeah, no, that tracks.
I would say, no, I'm as dumb as my favorite video game characters. Yeah. And they have successful prosecutor lives.
Exactly. If Gumshoe can make it through the day, so can I.
That's a good way of looking at it. Yeah. Yeah, I was wondering that myself, sir. I mean, you can't really say it's just a coincidence, can you? No, not really. Especially because of this. The key to your office? What do you mean, sir? If you think about it carefully and use logic, it should become clear to you. Logic? I've never heard of it. This man and his one singular brain cell working overtime. I love it.
You can see him chasing it around.
Oh my god, this man. He's just like, oh god. You know, guys, I love Gumshoe. He is among my favorite human beings. And I love him so much. But very important question. That 100% doesn't show what tea I'm making. What do you think of red velvet cake? Oh, I like red velvet cake a lot. I think it goes good with the cream cheese dressing. What's it called? The thing that you put on cake, Kitty?
Frosting?
Frosting. It goes good with the cream cheese frosting. I like red velvet cake. I don't know what tea goes best with it, or I don't drink tea at all. Actually, the last time I had tea, it was pretty watered down. I didn't like it, which is actually like a little while ago with Katie, actually.
Yeah, I mean, it's fair. I can totally see how someone wouldn't like tea. I think it's a bit of an acquired taste, honestly. Yeah,
like the only time I really drank tea was when I was in China and Japan, when it came with pretty much everything. So I drank it there just because it was always there, and it was just like water to me that was nice and warm. But like the taste never was anything different. So when they try to put like a flavorful, like fruity taste in there, it's like I could just have the fruit juice instead. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's how my brain works.
It's more for like when you want something like warm and like mild. For me, like that's when I want it.
Red velvet cake tea, not red velvet cake with tea. Wait, there's a red velvet cake tea?
I've had some dessert teas before.
I've had like what I was at a Korean restaurant. I had dessert cinnamon tea that I really liked because it was really sweet and really delicious. But like I've never been able to find that tea ever again. Anyways, logic. I've never heard of it. By finding the connection between two pieces of information and connecting them, new information is born. That is the end result of using logic. That is like such a smug ass look.
Here is like Phoenix has the Magatama, Apollo has the bracelet, Edgeworth logic, Edgeworth his own brain. I'm pretty sure Athena has like something else too. So it's like all the defense have special supernatural powers of some sort. Yes. Edgeworth is just smart. Really just out here being like, I use my brain. Fucking respect to that though. Listen, if you can keep up, right, with just your brain with supernatural powers, that's pretty impressive. You know? Right? Like imagine like you just worked really, really hard to be really, really smart, and then it's just like your opponent is just talking to ghosts. Like imagine. Is Edgeworth just the Rock Lee of this universe? He can't use ninjutsu or genjutsu. He just punches people. If instead of Guy, if like Guy was evil. Chip, tell us what that red velvet tea is. I am curious. So how do you use it? This mysterious logic thing. Damn it! The beginning of this thing is fucking great. How do you use it? I was born yesterday. Okay, don't worry, son. I've got you. First, I recall the information we've gathered with Q, and then I connect them together with T. To be fair, I can't blame Gumshoe for being lost. Yeah. Imagine, where it's like, how do you sort this out? Well, first I pressed Q. What are you talking about? Mr. Edgeworth, I pressed Q. Now to use this Q, to use Q and recall the facts. Wait, hold on. Do you think the office... I know this is me being an asshole. Do you think the office and the office key have any connection? Do you see where the map is? I'm about to go that route. Where do I click the office key?
It's really good in my opinion. It doesn't come in a tea bag, so you have to use herbs from the tin and a little strainer where the water can get in, but the herbs can't get out. Ah, well, I'm glad you like it.
So I have a.
So we have a health bar when connecting these fucks?
I have a thing called tea drops that like, it's basically, it's supposed to get rid of waste from a tea bag, but it doesn't really because all the tea drops come individually wrapped, so it's kind of like, what are you even doing? But, like, inside the bag itself, it comes as like a little block.
Oh!
So like, you just put it in and it like dissolves into the water.
Like a miso block.
Probably. I haven't done miso, so I wouldn't know, but it sounds correct.
I will say this, I do actively enjoy making a hot cup of miso instead of tea or anything and just drinking that. It's great. Which I haven't done in a while, I should do that again. For successfully making a connection during logic without failure. I just got a achievement for connecting two things and them being the only two things available to connect.
Hooray!
For security reasons, all prosecutors' doors are outfitted with locks, which means it would have been hard for the murderer and the victim to get in here. Ergo, it's impossible to dismiss the location of the crime as a mere coincidence. Please don't tell me we have to make every single simple leap of logic like this.
Not everyone.
God damn it!
No. Like, sometimes it'll be obvious, sometimes it will require a little bit of thought.
Gotcha.
And it's, yeah, but I do like it in general because it's, you know how during normal investigations, Phoenix is just like, well, that's weird. Anyway, on to the court case. This one is like, you get to actually acknowledge the thing that's right in front of you, where it's like, yes, good job, you did it. You know what I mean?
Fair
So
enough.
just being like, well, we can't do anything about that.
It was Herlock Shlom's. He did it, since he does have the chocolate that can copy the... It was Herlock Shlom's, because he has the caramel bar that can copy the key shape without fail. Let's go!
Listen, if anyone would freeze themselves, like, in an ice block or something, and then come back to modern day, I believe it would be him.
100%. Ooh, excuse me. 100%. Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking, sir. Huh. It's strange. He said he couldn't use logic, but he was still thinking it. I think he's the murderer.
Oh yeah. So the other thing is, like, it builds on itself. So like now you got this new little piece.
Oh, okay, that's cute. I like that. It's like one of those like elemental builders you find. It's like you mix water and fire, you get steam.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, like it can be annoying when, like, if you don't, like, keep up with it,
Yeah.
and then you're like, I want to connect this and this. It's like, no, you have to connect this and this, and then connect that and this. And it's like, come on. But if you keep up with it, it's usually not bad.
So week-long absences will have no problem whatsoever with, right?
Well, I mean, look at the question. Like, it's pretty clear on what it is, I think.
Fair enough.
Like, why did this happen? So, like, you gotta find an answer for that. You know what I mean? And you do it by, like, poking it around.
Mm-hmm. There must be a reason why someone infiltrated my room. What was the killer after? You're really on the ball today, Mr. Edgeworth. That's some beautiful logic, sir. Yes, well, when you follow leads to the conclusion, only the truth remains. However, if the information doesn't line up properly, I may stray far from the truth as well. And I've never once done that in the past.
Yeah, but you see the little icon blinking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess if you stray too far from the... Yeah. Oh, sorry, go on.
So if you line them up wrong, ouchie.
Yeah. But if I think carefully before piecing leads together, the logic should flow. Well, let's get started with our investigation, shall we? Yes, sir! Ooh, fancy. The basis of any good investigation is to examine everything, sir. I know that. And when I want to examine something, I should use space when I'm next to it. Oh, if you ever feel lost and we just want to talk, use T, okay? I'll give you great, precise advice as an ace investigator, sir.
Great, precise advice.
I cannot wait to hear what this great precise advice is. Something to try later if I have free time, I suppose. You called, sir?
Immediately. Perfect.
Hold on.
Present.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
It's right up there.
Nope. I can't present. Oh, I can.
Yeah.
Your prosecutor's badge is really tiny compared to my police badge.
What are you saying, Gumshoe?
Oh, but it's cool. It's much, much cooler than my badge could ever be. There's no need to suck up to me, detective.
He's so sad. He's like, but it's my purpose in life.
Is there anything you noticed that you'd like to share, Detective Gumshoe? What's up?
Can you present Gumshoe to Gumshoe?
I'll try.
After this?
Yeah, I'll try. Just that I rushed over here as soon as I heard there was a murder in your office, sir. The investigation just got started, so I guess there's nothing else to say. So, were you the one that found the body, Mr. Edgeworth? Unfortunately, upon my return, I found my office door to be unlocked.
Then you must be guilty, sir.
And what awaited me inside was this whole messy affair. Ouch! That's rough, buddy. Even though I left the security of this room to a, certain detective. Oh, sorry, sir. Present.
To be fair, like, he protected it right up until your return.
Yeah.
Like, he nailed it.
I can't present profiles. I assume you understand how to conduct investigations, Detective Gumshoe. Of course, sir. Examine anything and everything with space. By checking the various things out, we can gather all sorts of evidence and information. You can see the evidence we collected with E. For information, For information leads, it's Q. That's it. Great job, sir. Deductive reasonable is the way to... Wait, what?
Yeah, he's stupid, You're on.
I had such a hard time reading that.
Yep. I know you want to say it correctly so bad, but alas, it's Gumshoe.
You want to know the worst part is? I don't know what he's trying to say.
Deductive reasoning.
Oh! I was so confused. I didn't know what he was trying to fucking say. Deductive reasonable is the way to go. It's called deductive reasoning, detective. Clearly something you lack. Look how happy he is.
He's so happy. Like
oh!
Yeah, he comes with you. He's your little lapdog.
Oh, he starts running after I start running for a little while. Oh.
Yeah.
Can I
dog.
Can I do flips?
Puppy.
Can I do flips?
Tragically, no.
Damn.
I know that you really love that one vine that someone made, but you cannot do flips.
Do you have anything to report? Sir, yes, sir. Nothing out of the ordinary right now, sir. And yet there's something out of the ordinary right in front of my eyes. Talk about a contradiction. Something out of the ordinary, huh? I should look around a bit more. Really? What's out of the ordinary?
I examine the ordinary. My couch.
I hope I can solve this case quickly. I'd like to return to relaxing on this sofa.
At 2 a.m.
That thing looks a billion times softer than my mattress at home. Can I sit on it too? Just for a little while, sir. Detective Gumshoe. You know I can't allow that.
No dogs on the couch.
Until this case is solved, neither of us have time to spare, let alone rest. You're right, sir. I'm going to work hard and be a real trooper to the end. Even once this case is over, I don't think he can afford to take any time off.
Do you know that
paycheck?
Yeah, that paycheck, which I can control. But you know that meme where it's like, no, I'm not going to call you a good boy?
Yeah.
That, but just like Miles and Gumshoe for sure, 100%.
What have we here? Could this perhaps be the murder weapon? If so, it would mean that the killer made their escape after disposing of their gun here. I think I've seen one of these before. A gun. Where have I seen that before? DL6! No! Care to light me as to where? Oh, I know. I was issued the same exact model, I think.
Detective.
I don't really like guns all that much. I mean, they're really dangerous.
I did try and show one to a 6-year-old once.
I know, right? I just saw someone on Tumblr post some fan art of that exact moment. It was so good. But now I think about it, sir, you do see this model around the precinct a lot, sir. I don't use mine much except in emergencies, like giving it to a 6-year-old. So that's why I don't recognize it.
So the same type of revolvers used by the ones in the precinct's detective's office.
But it's precinct detectives. So now I have that connection. Okay. Ouch! I even knocked over your chess set. I had it up to here, ready when you got back. Right. I had it all set up ready for when you got back. Figured we could play a few games.
I had no idea you were interested in chess.
I'm actually pretty good at checkers, so I thought I'd give chess a try. My man. Gumshoe, my man. I love you.
In that case, I suppose I can set some time aside after we solve the case. They don't expect the games to tax my mental acuity much. They finished photographing the body, so it should be alright to examine this area. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious nook and cranny, like this wallet. What do we have here?
Hey, I think I've seen one of those before.
Is that the legendary
Oh, wow.
wallet?
It's a police badge, detective.
Oh, wait, I have the exact same thing, actually. What a coinkydink. Yeah, he says coinkydink.
Love that.
Let's take a look inside.
Buddy Faith Detective.
Mr. Buddy Faith. It would appear that our victim...
Did he have a different name out of curiosity? In the original? Oh, wait.
I mean, the original was released in English.
Right, so this one...
It didn't have a fan translation that I know
So the second
of.
one has fans translations. That's what I gotta ask for.
Yes.
It would appear that our victim was a detective, just like you. Appear they've gathered a few pieces of pertinent information. Now to calmly use logic to figure out if any of them are connected to each other.
After I examine everything, jeez, chill.
Let's see here. There's blood all over his lower abdominal area.
It looks like the bullet passed clean through his stomach area, sir.
In other words, he was shot.
Yep. And until that autopsy's done, I don't think we'll know how much more than that.
Please have the body sent to the morgue once they're done processing the crime scene.
Are you going to be okay with keeping track of the evidence we find here, sir?
Of course. This is the safest way I know to keep track of it all.
All right, if you say so.
I keep all the evidence I find either in or with my organizer. When I want to re-examine a piece, I have but to press E to open my organizer. The organizer isn't only for evidence. I keep people's profiles in there too.
A buddy that has faith or a faithful buddy? Oh, that's a good pun. Was he just a good detective or just a faithful buddy to everyone?
Oh.
Oh, that's cute. What?
Oh. Alas.
Alas, he's dead.
It's probably a good idea to make a habit of checking the facts often.
Maybe, I hope so. Yeah, I hope he's a good guy too.
Your files are
all over the floor, sir.
You probably fell during the struggle between the victim and his killer.
I tried so hard to keep this place spotless for when you were away. I mean, this just rendered all that time and effort I put in pointless.
I don't recall ever asking you to clean my room.
Well, I watered your flowers every day just like you requested, sir. I just added cleaning to the list as a weekend special. For about half a day every Saturday, I came in and cleaned this place up until it sparkled.
Does he have a life?
Edgeworth,
I don't
show
think
some
he does.
appreciation.
I know, right? Wasn't he? Anyways. I don't believe it. I pack all those files to the shelf so tight. That not even an earthquake could make them fall off, but just look at them.
At this rate, the rest of the files won't be able to withstand an earthquake at all.
That's still gumshoe.
Oh, at this rate, the rest of the files won't be able to withstand an earthquake at all.
It's actually considerate of him.
Wait, what's this? I just realized he wrote in blood gum.
gumshoe murder.
Well, once the investigation's over, we'll put them back on the shelf.
Hold on. I just realized. Wait, what? Why can't I? What?
That is weird. What? Come on, don't do this to me.
Do I have to logic that shit? Nope.
Not really a shining example of the perfect line of logic.
Wait, so how am I supposed to get? Why can't? Why this? He's got.
I guess he's blocking it. I don't know. It's a for some reason the tutorial cases tend to be like the most frustrating ones for some reason.
Ah, watch out for the teacup fragments there, sir.
The killer's gonna pay. This tea set.
Yikes! You're really mad over this.
The tea set is very dear to my heart and can only be bought in England. It costs more than your whole month's paycheck.
What? Now I feel like the killer wasted one of my monthly paychecks. Fair.
It's been a while since I've sat at this desk. Oh, how I've missed you.
That was. I'm sorry.
So tight looks new than when I first bought it.
Oh yeah, that thing's so polished it makes mirrors jealous.
Don't tell me I know the work the entire time I was away, detective.
My job was to protect your office, sir.
You did such a good job protecting it that a murder occurred in it.
That's harsh, sir.
I have to admit the desk never looked better, so I guess I can't talk his pay this time.
Oh, it's your trophy. Knight of the Prosecutors, right?
King of prosecutors, and it's not a trophy, it's a shield.
They only send this out to winning prosecutors, right?
Yes, but I have no real interest in the perceived worth of other people.
Just one man.
Just one man. That man. As for my own worth, that is something that I can determine myself.
That's so slick, slur. That's so slick, sir. I'm gonna have to try saying that sometimes.
Unfortunately for him, his monetary worth is tied directly to his worth to me. Well, it's a good thing my steel samurai doll was spared any harm.
Speaking of which, I haven't actually sat down and watched any of that show.
I'm gonna dock your pay now.
What's it about again?
Well, I don't know much about it myself, but look at me smugly stand and get ready for a 2-hour lecture on the Steel Samurai. The hero of the Steel Samurai, warrior of Neo Old Tokyo, is the Steel Samurai. And his goal is to defeat the evil magistrate. It's a show geared towards kids. However, its high production value and riveting plot draws a number of adults as well. Spin-offs like the Pink Princess, Warrior of Little Old Tokyo, and the Nickel Samurai, along with the Delusion merchandise, and even a new stage show gives it presence.
You, sure know a lot. Are you sure you're not some sort of rabid fanboy?
Of course not! Anyone that keeps up with society knows at least this much. And the conversation lasted longer than expected. Let us return to the investigation. Is this yet another batch of fresh flowers?
The ones that come with a card attached every month like clockwork for you? Yup. Speaking of that, let's see what the one on the card says. Oh no. All will be resolved, Wendy. Why does that feel like such a threat?
I know, right?
This feels like such a fucking threat from this old lady who's just ready to, 1, marry, 2, murder Edgeworth.
Oh, Miss Irony, how painful are thy thorns.
Wendy, isn't that name that old lady with the whiny voice that stopped?
That's enough, detective. You need not remind me further. How's it coming along?
Please, I need absolute science. Fingerprint lifting is a delicate art.
Well, I never.
I can't look at that either. All right, so it looks like we got.
You can't. Can you like scooch right in between there? No.
No.
Oh. Guess not. No.
They got everything. Let's talk to Gumshoe again. Let's see if there's anything new to say.
I seem to have picked up a few good leads.
Oh! So now you're gonna do that thing with all that information, right?
What are you blabbering about?
The brainy thing you were talking about just a few minutes ago, sir. Logic. You can look at all your leads and info by pressing Q. Then you pick the ones that seem related with space and connect them with T. That's your way of investigating, right, sir?
Yes, which is why this exercise in explaining my own method to me was unnecessary.
Okay, then how about I explain my logic to you next?
That is even more unnecessary.
God, you look so determined. Alright. Q. So... So the victim was a detective, and that's why there's the revolver here. There we go.
The revolver, that standard model used by detectives, could have belonged to our recently departed. Detective Gumshoe, could you please thoroughly check the victim's body for one more time?
Yes, sir. On it now, sir. Excuse me, pal. Let's see what we got here.
Excuse me. Pardon me.
Mr. Edgeworth, this guy's wearing a gun holster.
So it appears a killer somehow managed to take the victim's gun from him. Let's see what else we can find out about this revolver. As always,
you gotta look at really carefully at every piece of evidence. You can use up, down, right, and left to rotate an object. There's no such thing as a bad angle. Use Q and E to zoom in and out, get the nitty gritty. There's a horse.
So there's a very funny line we get in the next game about this. And I won't say what it is now, but it's very good.
Fair enough.
to think it's so easy to take a life from just to pull the trigger.
You know, I can't ever see myself really liking guns. Oh, but I love the ones they use at the track and field meets to start races. If you take off before one's fired, everyone always ends up following your lead.
To chase you down for a false start, detective.
Now you mention it. Even when I finish first, I always end up in last place. There we go. I was curious if we could do that.
It looks like only one round was fired from this.
Wow! So the killer killed the Vic with just one shot after wresting the gun from him. Sounds like the guy knew how to handle a gun, huh, Mr. Edgeworth?
We have no proof of that for now, but that is a distinct possibility. I guess this is about all we're gonna find out. We should send the body to the autopsy.
Jim? Oh shit! That's the murderer! What the fuck? That's the murderer! What the hell? What are you doing here, murderer? Oh, what's his voice gonna be? Got any insight for me on this guy?
He's like athletic.
That's all?
Yeah.
Oh my god, athletic. That's what I got to work with. Why? Oh, you know, he does kind of
look. Starter case, all right.
You know what? He kind of looks like. He does kind of look like rich, like pickleball court kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? Like for him, athleticism is going to the tennis court. So just like, why, oh why? How could this happen to a guy like you?
Are you alright?
Don't touch me! Leave me alone! Just let me be!
Sorry, but I can't do that. The investigation is still ongoing, so please refrain from touching the body.
The body! The body! The guy looks familiar. I know, he looks a little familiar, right? Don't talk about him like he's just some lump of flesh! Look at him! Jim! Looks like he just turned in for the night! Sure, just a bloodstained suit, pal. Where are my manners?
Aren't you that prosecutor?
Why, yes, I am. I'm Jacques Portsman, Jacques Portsman. What's the fucking fun here?
I think sportsman might be it, but I don't know what the Jacques part is.
Yeah, he does look familiar. I'm Jacques Portsman, prosecutor. Jim here with my partner in crime, busting.
I'm Miles Edgeworth, like you. I'm also a prosecutor.
Detective Dick Gumshoe, sir. So, you're Miles Edgeworth. I guess this is your office.
Yes, that is correct.
Then it was you! You're the one who killed Jim! Hey! Don't go jumping to conclusions, pal! Just calm down, okay? I will not! I know how things work around here! High prosecutor's office doors all have locks built into them. And only the owner of the office has the key to his or her own office door.
That is correct. However, I'm not the one who killed your partner.
Yeah, Mr. Edgeworth's been overseas on a business trip this whole time, pal. And the key to the door was with me the entire time, okay? Oh, Gumshoe. The only one who could get in here was me. Oh, Gumshoe. Wait, that means...
I'm guilty!
I'm not sure what that means. So it was you then! You're Jim's killer! No way, pal, you got it all wrong.
Everyone, calm down. Mr. Portsman, correct? If you're a real prosecutor, then you should know how to stay collected. The investigation's only just begun. Isn't it too early to be drawing conclusions?
Alright, I get the point. You're right, my mistake. I tend to get a little too hot-headed sometimes. You sure are one cool customer, though, Mr. Edgeworth. I've heard all the rumors about you. You're the great genius prosecutor. You're something of a legend, you know. Anyway, let's call a truce and work together, okay? Now, how about a handshake to seal the deal?
A pleasure to work with you.
You guys are conducting your investigation, right? Sorry for barging in like that. Carry on, then. It's your room, after all.
Thank you, I intend to.
I just want a little more time to say goodbye to Jim. You there. Sir! I want you to capture this scene on film for me. My final farewell to my partner, Jim. Oh my god.
I should probably give them some space and check out my brand new safe area.
Ah, your jacket, sir. What's it doing on the floor?
Must have fallen over the wall when the killer tried to threaten me by firing a round.
So the killer not only shot the victim, but they shot your jacket as well. Did they shoot the ultra special jacket that was made for your prosecutor debut in? Or they shot through it? It would have been a disaster.
It's not worked up over, Detective. Not when there's something more here.
Huh? Like what?
Think you haven't noticed it yet, Detective. There is a giant contradiction right here in front of us.
Really?
Did I say contradiction? He. That man. Him.
You know, I'm not gonna elaborate. If this is your first game, you're gonna be confused because I'm never gonna name him even once. For reasons beyond human comprehension.
Does Bot know? No, I have no idea who he is either. I have no idea who he is.
He was...
Really good.
So I just read the full sentence.
Oh my god, really?
Oh, alright, restart.
Did I say contradiction? He must be rubbing off on me. I'm starting to sound like him. But I have my own methods, and I will conduct this investigation my way.
Without the use of ghosts.
Without using strange little women who turn into ghosts. Who have ghosts turn into them, or turn into the bodies of ghosts that used to... Anyways, you get the point. When the scene before me contradicts a piece of evidence or seems off, that's when my deductive skills come into play. First, I have to find the spot that holds the contradiction.
Oh! I didn't have to click on anything.
They're like, don't worry, we got you. Do you know what it is by chance?
No. I know. It's two. Only one bullet's been fired from the revolver, but there's 2 shots on the happen. One on the guy, one on the frame. So it's really contradictory.
Yeah.
This is it. The bullet hole where the contradiction lies. When I saw something off, I should point my cursor and press T with conviction.
Let's hear it.
Deduced.
Oh. There was... Oh.
When I have found sufficient proofs to prove the contradiction, I present it. This is how I do things.
Eureka!
Yeah, that's what he shouts, cause like, come on, man. But yep.
Fucking nerd. Shouting out Eureka. I mean, is it that much better than shouting out objection, to be fair?
I mean, yeah, it is.
This bullet hole's the contradiction.
What do you mean, sir?
It's elementary. 2 shots were fired in this room. The first felled the victim, and the second felled this frame.
Hey, that's right.
However, this gun was only fired once.
Hey, that's true too.
Which means that one of these 2 bullets was fired from a different gun. The killer have another gun prepared for tonight. Should we look for the bullet and see if it has any fingerprints from the gun it was fired from? What are those called, Detective Gumshoe?
I don't know. You have to use logic to find it.
Well, you know, Steph forgot what they're called too, so shit.
Ballistic markings?
Ballistic markings!
By the way, I noticed something, sir.
Yes.
What's that thing sticking out from behind the frame?
Ah, that is a secret safe.
A secret safe! Ooh, I smell money.
I'll threat the trouble and say nothing like nothing like what you're imagining inside. Now, if you could kindly
Inside
move...
is Phoenix Wright, my love.
I have stuffed Phoenix right into here. Actually, it's like a little dumbwaiter.
His new home.
It's like a little dumbwaiter. Like, he just goes to the bottom of the property office, gets into like a little dumbwaiter, goes up, he knocks on it, and he unlocks the safe. You know what I'm saying?
So let's open it up, and it's just Phoenix and Trucy are in there, and they're just like, hi!
She's not here yet. It's right now. It's Phoenix, Maya, and Pearl.
No, she's not. It's a month away.
Is Trucy coming in next month?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Let me triple check. It's
Oh, do we get to see Trucy in game 2?
No, I don't think so.
All right. It's Phoenix photos. It's all Phoenix photos. This is a little Phoenix shrine. Brought you that. Achoo! Achoo! Whoo! Talk about dusty.
I suppose that's what happens when I'm not here to dust it off once in a while.
Phoenix gets disbarred. Let's see. I think it's this one. Oh wait, hold on. Why does it give me a range? It says April 19th through May 3rd, but there's got to be something else.
Well, maybe they just don't know.
Maybe it's because he's not stripped of his badge immediately.
Yeah, maybe.
But at any rate, I'm pretty sure the case is in April, and it's March now, so...
Nah, he's only got 1 month left. I had no idea the safe was here. I would have kept it clean for you, sir. So why don't you put this thing in?
It wasn't something I had installed personally. Every prosecutor's office has one.
Really? I had no idea.
Well, only prosecutors are supposed to have knowledge of their existence.
So what's inside, Mr. Edgeworth?
Right now, nothing.
Something looks really fucked on it, though. Like, it really does look like it's been messed up recently.
We only use them to store especially important evidence when the trial's in session.
That's it. Talk about squashing my hopes and dreams. It looks fucked up, though.
I won't rest over it every suspicious-looking cranny. Now this is odd.
You found something, sir?
This keypad. Don't you find it a bit too clean?
Yeah, there's a thick layer of dust all around it, but not the keypad itself.
You there, forensic scientist.
Yes, sir.
Could you please dust this area off for fingerprints?
You got it, sir. I couldn't find, let alone lift, a single print. It looks like it was wiped well down.
Damn. As I thought, it appears that logic is the only way around this setback. I will logic the fingerprints out into existence. Time and rationale will calmly play and calmly play connected dots with the information we have.
Hey!
I believe I figured out what the murder was after.
Well, what is it, sir?
The fact that the safe was wiped clean of fingerprints suggests that the criminal had at least attempted to open my safe, making the culprit's motive for breaking and entering theft, I believe. I wonder if knowing that motive behind the break-in was theft changes what the other pieces of information can tell me about the crime. There is a possibility that the files splayed on the floor are not the result of a struggle between the victim and his killer.
Oh, you mean like it could have been from when the killer tried to find something, sir?
Precisely. We need to figure out if any of the files have been stolen.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna shelf files like you've never seen before, even in the library.
Sure. Let's give it a try.
Why do all the good ones die young? Surely, you must ponder that every once in a while, Mr. Edgeworth.
No matter how much we lament, the dead will not come back to life. All we can do is search for the truth.
And so what are we supposed to do? How do we find the truth?
First, we
that's the theme of this game, sir.
We investigate.
First, we calmly restore the files to their rightful place.
You got it. Here, let me help. So this file goes here, this book goes here.
You sure know a lot more things go despite it being Mr. Edgeworth's office.
I'm the one who keeps it tidy, pal, okay? Done.
It appears the murder was definitely committed here.
Ah, there's a bullet in OD. Yeah, the blood stains on the bookshelf are still fresh.
I suspect the victim was killed in a standing position. That's the print on the shelf.
And the guy fell on the floor too. The blood on the floor kind of grossing me out.
Detective, I don't have the time to deal with your weak stomach right now.
But you know I'm no good with blood, sir.
I'm certain there's something
Why are
wrong
you a
with
homicide
the picture.
detective?
I know, right?
Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold?
Eureka!
This is clearly where the contradiction lies.
I don't really see what's so wrong with that spot.
Huh. You don't understand. You see, therein lies the contradiction.
Mr. Edgeworth, sir, you'd have to just admit when you're wrong.
Well, that wasn't a mistake.
What?
That was me keeping you on your toes, detective.
Maybe you have to investigate it first.
I can't investigate. Go into deduce.
Let's
A, B,
see.
C, D, E. A, B, C, D, E, F.
Maybe you're a little cross. No, I was like, maybe you're not perfectly on it, but I feel like it has to be.
Oh. That's why I see the victim's pant has blood on it.
That'd be the logical conclusion.
The victim's handprints. He must have tried to support himself with his hands here after being shot. Prints on the floor, too.
Must have been made when you're unable to stay standing and drop to the floor.
Wait, if he was shot standing up, why is the bullet down here?
Maybe the dead body?
This is where the bullet lodged itself after it went through the victim, huh? For the bullet to be lodged so squarely in the file spot, it means the files were ransacked after the shooting had occurred.
And I guess the victim was moved because he was in the killer's way.
The killer moved the body because it was leaning against the bookshelf. The bottom of this guy's pants proved that pretty well.
Yeah.
In a sense, I suppose.
See, I'm not completely useless, Mr. Edgeworth. I put them all back as they should be, sir. Doesn't look like anything's missing.
Although, that's where the killer moved the body through my shelves. I wonder if they found what they were looking for.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. A, B, C, D, E. Something's weird because we have 0 and we have 0 after 1. What am I looking for here, though?
There's clear contradiction here with this bullet hole.
What do you mean, sir?
You don't see. Quite simply, the bullet hole itself is too low. If the victim was shot in the stomach, the hole should be much higher up.
What if the guy was shot while he's sitting or lying down, sir?
That'd be logical. The victim leaned against this shelf here after being shot, which suggests that he was standing while he was shot.
Then that means... Wait, what does that mean, sir?
It means you need to use your brain every once in a while instead of mind, detective. In any case, it means someone made a faulty assumption, and that it was from this mistake that our current contradiction is born. What's the faulty assumption that caused the problem here?
No! I did not even press it. You didn't say the reason was illogical, sir. You said the victim leaned the shelf here after being shot.
I was trying to be nice and explain my complex logic in an easier way for you, detective.
Oh, really? Thanks for thinking of me, sir.
Good, I don't think you noticed my mistake.
That's also what I love, is he just like, they're just like, we can't make Edgeworth seem stupid, so he's always covering his butt whenever he makes a mistake.
What is the the order of the files. I believe the order of the files is a bit off.
You mean I put them back in the wrong order just now? Hey, actually, I think that label and the files are wrong, sir.
Huh?
Yeah, you see here how the files that were shot begin with the number 0? Well, those doing all the way down there after 1, 2, and 3. That's really weird.
Actually, the way they're organized now is the correct order. They're exactly as I see them in my mind's eye.
But the numbers are all out of order.
Those white binders are special, so they are arranged a little differently. But from this, we know that the files were not in this order when the crime occurred.
Ah,
so that's it. I believe the killer made the same incorrect assumption as you suggested, Mr. Detective. Let's arrange the files in numerical order and see what we find out.
do you think it'd be okay to prop the body back up to how it was before it was moved?
They finished processing the crime scene, so I don't see why it wouldn't be. If you please, Detective Gumshoe.
It does say gumshoe.
As I suspected, the bullet hole is now where it logically should be. The killer went through my files first before shooting Mr. Faith.
And then put the files back in numerical order, I guess.
Exactly. Then, proceeded to shoot the victim.
But why would someone kill a man and then look through your files one more time?
Puzzling indeed. The files were thrown to disarray twice, once before and once after the crime, but why? Now the crime scene is at its time of the murder. Let's give it another look. This! FGH. Missing.
What is that? Why does it say gumshoe there in blood?
I'd say it's some incredibly incriminating evidence. Yes, indicative of criminal activity indeed.
No, wait, there's gotta be some mistake. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, help me, say something, sir.
It appears that one of my files was stolen.
That all, sir? What about me in the situation?
Is that what the killer was really after?
Oh. Hell yeah.
Looks like Jim was able to leave us the name of his killer in the end. And this most important message managed to reach us.
I'm telling you, it wasn't me.
You can't be terribly pleased to hear that your beloved partner is the guilty party. If you're going to accuse Detective Gumshoe of being the culprit, I sincerely hope you have some proof to back it up. Jim's words, they're more than enough, wouldn't you say? If that's how you want to play it, then at least allow me to understand your reasoning. You got it! I don't like this one bit. There's something strange about this man's attitude. And there must be some sort of flaw in his logic waiting for me to dig out. Some sort of contradiction, maybe.
Mr. Edgeworth, what are you gonna do?
What I always do in court. I'm going to cross-examine him.
You've never cross-examined someone. That's my job as Phoenix Wright. Fuck you.
One way or another, I'll expose the flaw in his logic with his technique.
Oh! How do you do that? Can you explain it to me, sir?
Might as well. Alright, first I listen to what the witness's testimony. I find a flaw in the testimony, something that contradicts the evidence. I open my organizer of E and present the piece of contradictory evidence. To present something, I simply use T, but that's old news.
But it's not like there's gonna be a flaw in the testimony every time, right?
Correct. And those times I need to press the witness with Q.
These are brand new mechanics. What the hell? This is awesome.
Sometimes, by pressing, I can draw out new information and new or modified testimony.
I think I get it, sir. I'll be sure to try this technique out during investigations, too.
Very well. I'll even show you how it's done. Now watch carefully.
Observe, son.
Take a quick little drink.
Sip, sip, sip.
Exactly. There we go. Detective Gumshoe, you stole Jim's gun from him and shot him dead. Furthermore, you messed up the files to make it look like you had committed theft instead.
What? Reasoning. Impeccable.
I'm so confused where this reasoning is going. That's when you moved Jim's body that was sitting in front of the bookshelf. But thanks to that, you didn't notice the bloody letters his body was hiding. And it will be his final words that you will be brought to justice. What the hell are you? What? You had to argue the victim's dying message points to his killer. I can hear Jim's voice now. He's calling for his killer's arrest. Are you sure you're not mishearing his words, Portsman? There's no way Detective Gumshoe is the culprit here. He's not that smart. I will find the flaw in this man's logic and expose it with credible evidence. You know what? Hold on. Yeah, I'll have a hard time reading. Detective Gumshoe, yep. Yeah, I gotta love that sound. You know, there's something I've been meaning to ask. What is it? Why do you call the victim Jim, when clearly his name is Buddy Faith? Isn't it obvious? Jim is the perfect name for my companion. Jack and Jim. Don't those two names go together like peanut butter and jelly?
But Jim isn't even close to the guy's real name. Well, Jack and Buddy just sounds off somehow. Besides, he was the third of a bunch of guys I decided to nickname Jim. I thought the victim like he was his pet. Not like how I talk about Gumshoe. Good boy, sit. Do you really think that it is necessary to shovel my shelves twice to do that? That's true. Okay, then maybe his real intent was theft. Hey! Are you accusing me of stealing something from Mr. Edgeworth? It's a possibility. Maybe your sally's been cut so much that the life is getting too rough to handle. I'll have you know that I eat 3 square meals every day, pal. Okay, so all 3 of them happen to be instant noodles, but... Poor thing, what an evil prosecutor you were paired up with. And what a motive, no? That is actually a good motive, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Yeah, good motive, absolutely terrible reasoning. You stole the file and didn't notice that it was written in blood.
Yeah.
And why would a detective do such a thing?
Because the body was getting in his way and he had to mess up your bookshelf somehow, right? Anyway.
Perfect. Flawless reasoning.
Why do you think the killer didn't notice the bloody letters?
The body was covering it up quite well, wouldn't you say? That's how he missed it, but I didn't. Yes, but noodles good. I agree.
He missed it, and then he stole it through the He stole the book through the body, and that's why I didn't see it.
I'm just saying, I love those cup ramens, but they're so much more expensive than like the normal ones you just kind of throw on the pot. You know what I'm saying? Like the normal ones you throw in the pot come in a pack of 12 for $1. The cup ones come in like 6 for $1. Or 6 for like $1.50, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, they have nowhere near as much ramen either, but I quite like them. But judging by what I've seen, it doesn't take much for your detective to miss something. Hey, who do you think you are? You know nothing about me, pal. There's a lot a person can understand about another from first impressions alone.
I can't say I disagree with him on that point.
Why'd you say something, sir? Not you too, Mr. Edgeworth!
Despite his lack of attention to detail, I don't believe the detective to be the culprit. Nobody could have invoked the bloody letters, and I can prove it with evidence.
I couldn't ask for a better setup for the game-finishing spike.
Are you saying those letters were intended for you?
Yup. Jim was an outstanding detective. I would expect no less from my former partner.
It looks like Mr. Portsman still doesn't understand. He did to figure out the true meaning behind the bloody letters.
What are you sputtering over there? Can't you just admit my logic is perfectly sound?
No. Actually, there's a gigantic flaw in your logic. The gap's so wide that even the good detective can spot it. Now, to clue Mr. Portsman by presenting him with some evidence.
What evidence do I have? Oh. I got an achievement saying objection. Successfully present something. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Perhaps you're not aware, Mr. Portman, but there's such a serious flaw in your logic.
Heh. Bringing a bit of the courtroom into this, I see. No problem, I'm game.
I can't help but find it odd.
Excuse me.
Odd that a fellow prosecutor would be brought down by the power of his own office.
What are you talking about? Oh, you're joking, I get it.
If you have the time to laugh, then you have the time to take another closer look at this. Do you still not see? If not, may I direct your attention to the missing file?
What? That's impossible.
What's impossible, Mr. Portsman?
Nothing.
The files on the shelf are all about a certain case. When the killer went to take the file after murdering your partner, I highly doubt they could have missed the bloody letters written on the spines.
It's possible they could have taken the file before committing the murder.
I think it's pretty obvious the file was stolen after it was written on. The missing letters and the detective's name were where the file should be as proof.
Yeah, I mean, the S is gone. It's only half an H.
If Detective Gumshoe really was the culprit of this case, I highly doubt he could even overlook his own name written in blood on the files. Especially as a detective who can't stand the sight of blood.
Which means what exactly? What does that make this dying message?
It makes it the work of a criminal intent of tampering with the crime scene.
That's so low. I can't believe the criminal tried to pin this whole thing on me, sir. I'm gonna get him, sir. You'll see. I'm gonna have him under arrest in no time.
Well, Mr. Portsman.
Brilliant, absolutely splendid. Logic deserving of an Olympic gold.
I appreciate the praise, but it doesn't change the fact that your reasoning is flawed.
You win some, you lose some.
That's how life goes.
Glad everyone's so cheery, even though I feel more dead than alive. But you know, it really is a shame. I really didn't want to have to bring this up, however. What is it this time? Are you still after me, pal?
Humor me for a second. Who has the key to this office?
That would be me. Mr. Edgeworth just proved that I'm innocent, pal. What? What? That was such a weird... What?
You know how it is with coats.
That's absolutely right, and I acknowledge your innocence.
Then why do I sense that you still have something to say?
Why is he doing this little striptease?
He's gonna fly off. He's gonna take off.
It's his little wing just kind of like flap, flap, flap. Well, I was thinking, did you notice how there is one other person with a key? Did you know there is one other person with a key into this office?
One other person?
Hey, you there. Yes, sir. What is it? Would you kindly fetch and escort the lovely young lady here for me?
A lady? What is that? I've never heard of him. I'm only focused on one man. A blue, spiky man.
The girl is a member of the building security. Think of her as a material witness. Security! You security? No, stop it, pal. Don't!
What's wrong with him all of a sudden?
I believe she needs no introduction. I have called upon Miss Maggie Bird!
Yeah, it's callback time, baby.
A member of
There's a lot
security.
of callbacks in this game.
Nice. A member of security. Hey, Maggie. Oh, she got a blue badger shirt. She's actually got feathers now. What the hell?
Detective Gumshoe, sir.
Maggie!
Miss Bird is a security guard on watch tonight. I see, and your point is?
My point is that she could very well have used it. And by it, I mean the master key, which can open all the office doors in the building. What? What? If you're not the guilty party, Detective Gumshoe, then the only other person with access to this room is Bird.
How dare you? I would never sneak into someone's room.
That's right, I refuse to believe Maggie's the culprit, pal. It was me, that's right, no! Fucking simp. Can we take that as a confession, Detective? Well, it wasn't really me, but it definitely wasn't Maggie, pal. So yeah, what? No!
Please refrain from flying off the handle, Detective. There's no need for such theatrics.
Listen to your boss, Detective. He understands what I'm saying here. As I strip tease you. That girl's the only one who could have committed the crime, and for one simple reason.
I said so.
Okay, let's do this. It's pretty obvious that Miss Bird snuck into your office room using the master key. I mean, if Detective Gumshoe isn't the only one who opened the door, then that leaves only Miss Bird as a prime suspect. On top of which, she knows our good detective, doesn't she? Making it all the probable that she was the one who faked the dying message. Can't you just pick the lock? I know, right, Chip? Like, if it's master lock, you can just pick it. Easy. If the lockpicking lawyer has taught me anything, you just pick a master lock by touching it and looking in its direction, and it's picked. It's super easy to pick.
But this is the prosecutor's office, so they probably have better office keys.
I mean, fair, but I don't think the lockpicking lawyer has ever taken more than like 5 seconds to pick a lock. Honestly.
I mean, I think he has, but like also.
But not like a minute or two. It's always been like 5-10 seconds.
I don't know like how many like actual like door locks he messes with.
That's a good point. I should just look. I like watching his videos. He's a lot of fun to watch.
Well, he is very talented. Yes.
He is just a lot of fun to watch, and I really enjoy just like every once in a while. He did this one April Fool's video that was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
I think you know exactly the one I'm talking about.
I mean, there's also the fact that like it probably helps when you know what like he's getting locks like outside of doors and stuff,
Yeah.
so he probably knows what kind of lock he's working with.
Yeah.
Which would mean that you would know what springs and sort of like internal mechanisms to counteract. Like part of it is like not being able, like not knowing what's in there.
I wonder like how many he's like memorized, like cause like you know how if you're like an expert in something, right? And you know like every like like how I know every like kind of a kyber crystal in Star Wars, you know what I'm saying? Could you just be like, hey, Master Lock brand model of this has this many keys, or this many pins. Just memorize them all.
I mean, you shouldn't be able to like memorize all like the locations because like it's not like shared keys, right, for every lock.
Oh, I meant I meant pins. I like the pins. Like it has 4 pins, yada yada.
Yeah, like I think that's pretty reasonable, and if you know how many pins and how far apart they are, it becomes massively easier. But like not to discount him or anything.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean, but. I'm sure sometimes he figures things out on his own.
I mean, don't you have like also like if you gotta pick it, like isn't there like a literal feel to the pick itself, like when you actually hit the thing?
Yeah, there's like some countermeasures that like it can like mess with you with, but like they have certain things, for example, where I think it's like if you like push it up too high by mistake. Like I think you can like what's it called, a false set or something.
Okay.
Where it's like if you push it up too high, you actually mess with yourself. Because they basically have like multiple segmented tumblers, and it's like if you push it up too high, then instead of turning, you're always gonna lock it in this one place or something. It's been a while. I have like I said, I have like a testing like key one, but that one, like the practice one, is so easy. You can basically just rake it and it opens instantly.
Fair enough.
Without any skill. Raking, if you don't know, welcome to the crime channel. Raking is just like when you get like, you have like your rake or whatever, which is just like kind of like pointy, or like if you're skilled, you can probably use whatever, but like they have certain ones built for raking. You basically just shove it in there and you just jiggle it back and forth, hoping to like randomly get the keys. Like no precision whatsoever. You just sort of go and then it will be like, oh, you got me.
And that's how Master Lock does its quality assurance. If it can be raked, it's Master Lock quality. So yeah, that's like a common one for like, you don't have any time. You just sort of
put it in there and like jiggle it the right way, and then like it opens right up. So my practice one is like you barely have to touch it, and it's just like boop. But so it's not. But like, yeah, there's a bunch of things you can do to make it harder. And I think there's like different things other than like typical like pistons. Like at the end of the day, the thing is, if you have a key, there's only like so much it can do, because it's basically just like you're fitting a shape in to turn. So if you can simulate that shape, like it's gonna be pickable. I'm trying to remember if they had anything where like the key had like a magnet in it. I can't remember if I made that up or if that's an actual lock mechanic where it's like you need the magnetic pieces in it, which would be cool. But like, yeah, at the end of the day, I guess you can like, anything's pickable because you're just doing shapes. But
fair enough. So you're saying she used the master key?
Hey! Incredibly incriminating evidence, wouldn't you say?
That's what you claimed about the evidence earlier as well.
That was then, this is now. The flow of a much good match always changes during a rally. It's about your reflexes and your reaction time, especially for an athlete like me.
I wonder if there's anyone else other than Miss Bird who could have used the master key. Seems that the only way to get Portsman to give us more details is to press him. Are you sure Miss Bird is the only member of security who could have used the master key?
There's only one person on staff at this time at night, and tonight she's it. Isn't that right, Miss Bird?
that's true, but I wasn't able to use the master key at the time of the crime, sir.
Wasn't able to? What's that supposed to mean?
Yes, moving on. I hate to get sidetracked by something unrelated. He looks so frustrated. He's just like, I can't strip enough to not be frustrated at the fact that she almost gave away something.
What do you mean unrelated? I want to hear what she has to say, pal.
But you can't really trust her not to tell lies. Plus, I hate wasting time.
Should I hear Miss Bird out? No, dear.
Nah.
Not so fast. I am too interested in hearing what Miss Bird has to say.
Didn't I just say it'd be a waste of time? We don't need to hear her lies.
I'll be the judge of that. Miss Bird, if you please.
I discovered that the master key was missing at around 1 a.m., sir.
What do you mean, missing?
As in, it wasn't anywhere in the security booth, sir. The killer must have stolen it.
Mr. Portsman, I believe this to be an important piece of testimony, don't you?
I can't believe someone like you would be taken in by such words.
We're not lying, sir.
If that's the case, then I'd like to know why you have the master key now.
I don't quite know. It just reappeared all of a sudden, sir.
Huh. A likely story, and where's your proof that the key was stolen to begin with? I bet you just forgot where you put it and then found it again.
I never lose things. I can practically guarantee that. With me, if something disappears, it's usually just because someone stole it.
Yeah, pal, trust me, you don't want to test just how bad her luck.
Unfortunately, I can't deem this piece of testimony as conclusive.
Glad you agree, Mr. Edgeworth.
But, we still haven't established Maggie's motive for breaking into Mr. Edgeworth's office.
Motive? Didn't we already establish that was theft? I mean, the culprit clearly went through the bookshelves and at least tried the safe.
If it is Mr. Portsman says detective, I can't ignore the fact that all the evidence points towards a motive of theft. But I'm not talking blows. Taking blows. Time for counterattack a few facts of my own. I concur that the culprit's motive appears to have been thievery, however.
Glad to hear how the great Miles Edgeworth is in agreement with little old me.
However, with regard to the investigation of the bookshelves and safe...
Hey, good thinking. Asking for my opinion on the matter.
Would it be too much for you to allow me to complete a full sentence? I thought we'd established that the Gumshoe's innocence pretty thoroughly. It was just one theory, one hypothesis among many possibilities. I mean, I had my doubts about Miss Bird from the very beginning. If that's the case, then why didn't you mention her first? No, don't make a face. See, there goes the truth, running the other way. Let's pick up the pace and see where we can catch up to it. I don't think you're catching my drift. Ah, but we are in agreement that the detective isn't the killer, right? If so, then I hope you'll understand when I say that since she's the only one who could have opened your office door. Don't you think it's a bit... I went to Phoenix, right? Don't you think it's a bit too early to be jumping to conclusions? Are you saying this is another way to open the door other than the master key? Oh.
With my mind.
Psychicness. I mean, probably yes. We have like psychic ghost ladies. So like, I wouldn't be surprised if there's someone who could actually just open doors by like touching them with magical powers or some shit. Oh, I get it. Perhaps you have a spare made for someone else. With the power of friendship, Moonlarkskis, I agree. The power of friendship opens all doors. Opens all doors to possibilities of friendship. Or if you're playing Phasmophobia, you close all the doors to trap your friends with the ghost. Didn't you do that to me once, Katie?
Pardon?
Didn't you close the door on me once, Katie?
Close the door on you once?
In Phasmophobia. Just locked me in there with the ghost.
Maybe. I remember once you closed the door on someone else and I was screaming
James.
from the van. Yeah.
Funny thing is, I closed the door into a room. He was still in the hallway on that one.
Yeah, right behind you. Immediately. You make it sound like he was like a million feet away. He was right behind you, and I watched you close the door on him and him get stuck, and I just screamed.
I heard you say, James, no!
Yeah.
So I think that's a clip on my channel.
It's like, this is why I would, like, I need to start just like recording my videos even though I don't stream on Twitch. It's just so I could be like, I caught you on 4K doing this.
I find it fun to lock people in with the ghost, right? Right? I'm gonna give myself a stretch. Everyone, do yourself a favor. Stretch and drink some water, please. I'm doing a stretch myself. Oh, it's back. Oh, it's back.
I'll have you know, I've never made a spare, so what are you insinuating?
Nothing. Guess I should have known better than to suggest someone like you would.
Is there anyone in this district who hasn't at least heard of Detective Gumshoe?
Good point. He's practically a celebrity among us prosecutors. Why?
Really? I never knew I was so talked about, sir.
We're holding our collective breath, you know. For when you screw up so badly that there's literally
You literally chased off the force.
Wait, what? Is that true, Mr. Edgeworth?
Of course not. That's hogwash.
Whew! Don't scare me like that. I almost had a heart attack there.
You poor, simple fool.
At least he's kind enough to lie about it.
I know, right?
By dying message, you mean the bloody letters that spelled out Gumshoe.
I figured whoever wrote his name must wanted to frame him. And just the act of choosing his name is proof enough that the two knew each other well.
Mr. Edgeworth, what are you waiting for? Hurry up and present some evidence.
I would love to. But first we should listen a bit more and digest what he's saying. And press him for information.
We just did. What?
It's the master key for every office in the building.
Oh, okay. Oh, that was easy.
Each rescue badge is engraved with a number of its owner on the back. Numbers. As if we're not human on the inside like everyone else.
Edgeworth, what's up, buddy? You okay? What the fuck, dude?
This badge design is set to reflect the relentlessness and discipline of law enforcement. It comes from the authority vested in us as strict protectors of the law and execute sentences, much like harsh winter frost and blazing summer days. Twitters identifies himself as a persecutor, but I have no interest in doing so. What the fuck? Where's the contradiction? Hold on.
Where's the fuck? Wait, I'm so confused. What am I missing here? Do I have to press again on everything?
I'm trying to remember.
I feel like make it go a little faster.
I think it's automatic placement.
There we go. That's fast?
Oh wait, maybe it's because we're not on automatic.
Right.
So maybe turn that off. I think if you'd like double tap, it will go faster. So maybe turn that off and then like double tap.
It's not working. Oh, whatever. I'll just deal with it. Yeah. Also, how's chat doing? Moon, pleasure seeing you again, Chip. How are you, bud? So the problem is I don't know where this contradiction is, and that makes it so I don't know what the contradiction is.
I think Edgeworth mentioned at some point, like, prove him wrong with logic or something.
Yeah, it was this one.
Evidence.
Doing good, how are you? Doing good, Chip.
Yeah, go back maybe.
I can present the master key that was stolen, but like... I'm so confused.
Um...
Here's what
I must object to your line of logic.
And which part do you have an objection to?
It's yes, well...
Stay cool, Mr. Edgeworth. You're no good when you're all flustered.
This is right for a change.
How did it come to this? Calm down, Miles. Listen carefully and think everything through a bit more rationally.
I can present profiles. I'm just gonna press it again, see what I got.
Hold it!
Now it's going fast.
Maybe it's because we were in the middle of it. I have no idea.
Hold it!
I have a guess.
Fix it!
What do you think it is?
He says she's the only member on staff, right?
Right.
But she's not the only person in the building. So, I don't know. I could be way wrong, is the thing.
You know what? No. I was like, why would you want to steal files? Like, yeah, there's a missing file, so like something's been completed, but why? You know what I'm saying?
I'm just gonna consult my memory. I solved this once upon a time, but you know how it be.
Yeah. I'm very confused myself, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, wait, hold on. Okay.
Oh, got it. It'd be you if you take a look at this. I see. Oh, fuck.
No, you just got other dialogue?
Yeah.
Okay. This actually makes sense a bit. Can you open up your evidence real quick? And can you hover to the safe? Or get out of that.
Oh. Only prosecutors would know about it. She wouldn't know about it. That makes sense.
You wish to continue insisting that Miss Bird was set on stealing something.
Why not? It's the truth after all. It was also your logic that we came to this whole thieving conclusion anyways.
That may be. But you must also be aware of the fact that the safe is a secret safe. This information is only privy to prosecutors.
Ah!
I find it a little hard to believe that a hidden safe was a part of her cunning plan.
But... She could have found out by accident while she was turning everything upside down.
I highly doubt that. I think the culprit knew exactly what they were looking for. After all, only the bookshelves and the safe were targeted.
Narg!
Yeah, even I don't know about a safe, pal. And that means there's no way for Maggie could have ever known about it either.
Then are you proposing that the killer is a prosecutor?
Interesting conclusion that definitely is looking more and more probable. You're sweating, Portsman.
And biting your golden medal.
The reaction of someone who's innocent, trust me.
Yeah.
What's wrong, prosecutor? Do you have a difference in the mind now?
Curses! Why? What made you?
Look at the angry face all of a sudden.
It's all my fault.
What do you mean?
It's Jim. He knew about the existence of the secret safes.
What did you just say?
We were partners, like inseparable conjoined twins. So I didn't call him by his actual name.
Right.
That's why I told him I filled him in on our secret safes.
And that means...
Yeah, I know, I only had just told him too. Obviously it was wrong of me to tell him. I still can't quite believe it, but the thief who broke into your room was probably Jim.
Now you're saying that the victim was the thief.
And you were simply trying to stop him, weren't you? Miss Maggie Bird.
Excuse me?
I mean, you are a security guard, right? That's your job. But killing is going a bit too far, even in your risky profession.
What, though? You still accusing Maggie of murder?
Yes and no. I mean, she had stumbled upon Jim, who had probably drawn his gun. I get it. It was self-defense, wasn't it?
No, I couldn't. I could never do something like that. Not even as a security guard, sir.
Plus, even if he was the thief, he wouldn't have had a key to the office.
Which is precisely why he had to steal it, wouldn't you say? It was Jim who stole the master key.
Ah!
pretty impossible for a supposedly stolen key to be here with us unless... Well, unless you retrieved it from Jim after you killed him.
Mr. Porchman, are you honestly accusing your own partner of being a thief?
I don't want to admit it, but it's the only way for everything else to make sense.
Has he no honor?
Now that I think we're done here, the investigation waits for no man. Would you be so kind as to see yourselves out?
Yeah, because now this is Mr. Edgeworth's office.
Oh, but I'm the one who's been assigned to the case. You're all suspects to varying degrees and therefore ineligible to run this show.
Me? I could never be.
Listen, pal, how many times have I got to say this? Maggie can't be the culprit.
If the Cumshoe, calm yourself.
But sir,
We have no choice but to accommodate his requests.
Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. At least one of you understands. Now, if you can remove yourself from my crime scene, I'd be most grateful.
Mark my words, Mr. Portsman. We will meet again.
If that's a formal request from the legendary prosecutor himself, then I suppose so. Now, don't disappoint me, you hear? I think that's a good point to take a break. We'll take a 5-minute break. Everyone go stretch, get water, all that kind of stuff. And we'll be back in a second. All right, guys?
Sounds good.
All right, guys. We'll see you soon. And we're back, everyone. Hello. What do you mean the praise the sun pose? Who's doing the praise the sun pose? What? I'm so confused. All right, let's continue on. Katie's still here. We got another, like, what, 30, 40 minutes of game. And we'll see how it goes. Hopefully we'll figure out the answer to everything. What's happening? The Portsman dude? Oh, yeah. Portsman dude I want to punch. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, praise the sun from Dark Souls. 100%. I do remember that. I think I played just enough Dark Souls to meet him and then never play again.
What's with that, prosecutor? Can't believe how rude he was. It was unbelievable.
Please maintain your professionalism, detective.
I'm going to find some real solid evidence proving Maggie's innocence. You'll see, sir.
Well, we've been kicked out of the crime scene, sir.
True. So now what?
Looks like my life's fallen into yet another gigantic ditch.
Oh, the poor girl.
Do not despair, Miss Bird. We can overcome this as well. There are many other places and things we should be looking into anyways.
Really, sir?
For example, this hallway. The linchpin of his argument is that Miss Bird is related to the Master Key. In that case, the hallway is the perfect place to look for more information regarding the mystery surrounding the door.
Guys, watch this. Look at that. No! Wow, just prosecutor, you're not even gonna name him?
He doesn't even know. He's just like, who's this guy?
It looks like you're in quite a pinch, Mr. Edgeworth.
To be sure,
No, not him, yes him.
a murder within the walls of the prosecutor's office is no trifling matter.
We must find, apprehend him.
Wait, is this dude fucking right next to Edgeworth? The athlete?
I mean, it seems like he just came up to Rubberneck.
Yeah.
Like a killer according to post haste. Sounds like a messy case that you've got on your hands. If you ever feel lost or need some advice, my door is always open.
How gracious. I'll keep your offer in mind. Who is that guy again? Is everything all right?
Yes, sir, but if you must know, I weighed myself this morning, and I finally have 154 pounds.
Good
Congratulations,
job,
bud.
It's hard work.
Congratulations, I was asking about the hallway in this room.
Oh, everything's okay, sir.
A word of advice, stay focused or you may need to start to lose, or you may start to lose even more than weight. What's this basketball hoop doing here?
Hey! Didn't this thing used to be just outside next to the building a long time ago?
So when was it moved indoors?
I don't remember exactly. I saw one of the officers drag it up here recently.
Dragged it?
I heard that it wouldn't fit in the elevator, so the poor guy had to bring it himself.
All the way up to the 12th floor.
Oh, wow, that sucks.
And Edgeworth has to make that trek every day.
Through an elevator, though.
What?
Oh, wait, no, he can't do that.
He can't do elevators, my guy.
Forgot about that.
Not great for him.
Yeah, I forgot about the fact that he doesn't do elevators.
What's the basketball doing here?
That's Mr. Portsman's prized possession, sir. I heard he also plays soccer, dodgeball, and even tennis.
Tennis, I got the tennis vibe 100%. Did not get the basketball vibe from him.
Not a single one of those sports is suitable to be played in the hallway. I was wondering if I may speak with you for a bit concerning this case.
I've always been a big fan of the courtroom, but this is like a dream where I'm being cross-examined by Miles Edgeworth.
Are you a simp?
I can't let this chance passing by. I must remember to ask her about the Master Key. I should jog her memory by showing her my notes with tea. Have you remembered the victim before?
Well, I've seen him a couple of times before I had to go to Mr. Portman's office. Mr. Faith was always playing basketball with Mr. Portsman, sir.
That sounds like fun. Just once I'd love to play with them.
Sounds fun, but the only person ever taking a shot was Mr. Portsman. All Mr. Faith ever did was pass him the ball, sir.
Poor Mr. Faith.
Oh, on second thought, I don't think I have the fit of them.
This Maggie Bird, correct? I take it that you're an acquaintance of the detective.
She was under my supervision back when she was still on the force, sir. One day she got caught up in a murder, and things started going downhill, so she quit. You don't need to worry about that. We'll never talk about it ever, in any sort of way, shape, manner, or form.
I owe a lot to Detective Gumshoe for introducing me to my current employer. Or so I thought until a few hours ago. Right before I was about to clock out for the night.
You got caught up in this whirlwind of a case, correct?
Don't worry, my whole life has been nothing but a whirlwind of bad luck and failures.
How many times are we going to see her in these next two games?
Not too often.
Okay.
I don't remember if she shows up much after this.
The poor
But I
girl
was
needs
just
a
happy to see
break.
her.
The poor girl needs a break.
So I was 6 months old when I fell from the 9th floor of my apartment building.
Jesus Christ!
I've been hit by all sorts of vehicles, gotten sick from all sorts of foods, failed at almost every test I've ever taken, experienced almost every kind of disaster. And now I even managed to be named a criminal just when I've become a security guard.
This woman's life is tragic. Holy shit. Chip, I agree. I'm a poor girl. She needs a break.
And on one hand, you could be considered lucky that you survived falling from the 9th floor as a
At
baby.
6 months, yeah.
That's a lot to go through in one life.
I know, and just when I thought I had finally found my happiness, I wound up getting you and Detective Gumshoe involved in my bad luck.
You don't need to worry about me, Miss Bird. Nor do you need to worry about yourself. I will solve this case and prove your innocence. All I ask for return is your cooperation.
Yes, sir, Mr. Edgeworth, you can count on me. I'll do all I can to help.
The fact that R is not present bothers me.
So, when did you discover the master key was missing?
By the time I realized it, I think it was around 1 a.m., sir. I noticed it was back around 2:30 a.m. I was just sitting there on the ledge where the security room's reception window is. I'm sure that between those two times it was not just gone, but stolen, sir.
Why is it such an important key stored in an insecure place?
It's not like that, sir. You always keep the key further inside the room, away from the window.
Always, you say, except for this time, correct?
Well, I admit I was a bit careless, but I had my reasons. After that, because I was sort of using it at the time. It was after I had used it that I left it sitting out on the ledge.
She used the master key. What do you mean that you used the master key?
Oh, I had to use it to open the door for this prosecutor who had forgotten his key. I mean, it's my job as a security guard, right? Ah,
What is it?
that's right, I just remembered. The prosecutor who forgot his key. It was Mr. Portsman, sir.
What? Please tell me more, Miss Bird, quickly.
Around 12 a.m. Mr. Portsman had forgotten his office key, so he came down to security, sir.
And that's what you loaned the master key to him?
Wait, yeah, it's 2 a.m. What is Payne doing here? What are any of you doing?
Payne is groaning about his latest loss to 6-year-old Pearl as she's learning to become a defense attorney.
No way, it's against regulations to loan the master key out to anyone. I walked with Mr. Portsman to his office and opened the door for him personally, sir.
I see.
Payne needs his old man sleep, he does.
And then, what happened after that?
Well, he called for me to come close up his office as he was leaving to go home. That was around 1:30 a.m., I think.
So in summary, for the sake of one forgetful prosecutor, you used the master key twice tonight.
Talk about suspicious.
Oh, I know what happened. Here's what... Maybe. I'm trying to think if he either just moved the hoop to make it so that it looked like Edgeworth's room was his room, or if he actually did steal it.
I doubt you can say that you've ever left your keys at home, Detective. I think this calls for a thorough examination of Mr. Portsman's store.
I can run!
I'll rest until I've inspected every suspicious looking cranny.
Oh. Oh, you actually is something here.
It's...
It's in the missing 0 series file, sir.
no doubt about it. The blood letter makes it clear as day. There seems to be a few pages missing. Our thief only took what was necessary and left the rest behind.
So what are these 0 files about, sir? I guess they got something to do with stealing in them, huh?
Not particularly, it's just a collection of courtroom files. However, the cases within these files are not mine.
Huh?
They belong to the High Prosecutor who used to occupy my current office. I have my reasons, but let's just say I was charged with keeping them where they were.
It means the thief must have also wanted the files for a specific reason, right?
It would seem so. Only the pages related to the case from 10 years ago are missing.
I wonder why anyone would care about such an old case.
We're not gonna just take it?
A well-crafted high-quality sofa for the visitors is
Talking about luxury rating here, these babies are also great for napping, you know.
You asleep even here, Detective? In the hallway?
Whenever I do, I always end up dreaming about giving testimony on the stand. It always ends the same way, me getting trounced by a lawyer. Isn't that awful?
Wonder which lawyer. Maybe I should give it a try sometimes to envision myself winning naturally.
And definitely not trounced by any blue-haired lawyer.
This blue, spiky-haired lawyer.
I'll write until this with every suspicious looking cranny. Room 1203. I think that's Mr. Portsman's office.
Yeah, you can't mistake it because of that basketball hoop, sir. Oh, that reminds me, Mr. Portsman had actually wanted room 1202 really badly. But since you were already occupying it, Mr. Edgeworth, we put him next door, sir.
So why was Mr. Portsman so particular about getting into room 1202?
I'm not sure. I bet it's because of something like his birthday is December 2nd?
Yeah, it's gotta be. I can't think of another reason why.
I can think of at least 3. Well, why am I even wasting my time thinking about this? A minimalistic classic door made of top quality wood.
It's kind of majestic too. Fits the whole of the ambiance of the prosecutor's office.
Even
Mr. Portsman seems dignified because he just works behind one of these.
nonsense. A man has become more or less dignified because of where he works.
Well, he still seems more dignified than Mr. Payne.
Mr. Payne? I suppose custodial work can also be dignified.
Poor Mr. Payne.
The door's locked tight.
This old credit card would do the trick, wouldn't it here, Miss Edgeworth?
This is the office of a high prosecutor, Detective. These doors would be pretty ineffective at the average cap burglar to get through them.
Ah, so I guess I'm a great cap burglar to get through them. That must be who our culprit is.
I advise you return to conclusion to whichever pawn shop you bought it from. That's fine. It's Mr. Portsman's personal basketball hoop.
Who? It's Mr. Porter's personal basketball hoop.
I can't believe you put something like this in the hallway of a prosecutor's office.
But you know, it's actually pretty useful, sir. I haven't gotten lost trying to get to your office since it's been up here.
How long have I had the same office and yet you still managed to get lost?
So you hovered over the plate, right?
Yeah, that's what I got.
Yeah, I thought so.
Let's try some logicking. Yeah,
Oh!
I know, right?
Miss Bird, I'm afraid there's a flaw in your story.
What? No way, pal. I mean, sir.
You said that you locked up Mr. Portsman's office around 1:30, right? However, the master key had already been stolen at that time.
Oh, nothing gets by you, Mr. Edgeworth. You saw that contradiction like a pro. I totally forgotten all about that, but thanks to you, I remember it now. You're right, it was around that very time I realized the master key was missing.
And?
Well, I'm a security guard, sir. I couldn't just admit to losing the master key, could I? So I pretended to lock up his rooms, sir.
You pretended?
Yeah, I used my house key and made it look like I was locking up, sir.
So in actuality, you never did relock the door then?
Well, I thought maybe I could go lock it after I found the key.
I think the door
Come
still
to think
hasn't
of
been
it,
locked.
I guess the door still hasn't been locked properly.
Damn it, I can't go in.
I had to open up Mr. Portsman's office up for him a number of times before. I've also had the chance to see inside of his office on a number of occasions too. It's got shelves upon shelves of sports memorabilia, trophies, and awards in it. To the point where it's almost beyond gaudy, sir. But maybe I just feel that way because I'm jealous since I don't have even a single one.
Don't say that, Maggie. I'll make a special Guard of the Month award just for you.
Thanks for trying, but I've already got a mountain of consolation prizes, sir. The proof of just how unbelievably unlucky my life has been. Plus, getting an award from you just isn't the same as getting a real award, sir.
That's a different line. Nope. Nope.
There's a contradiction in the lines between reality and evidence. But Miss Bird says true, then why is this door locked tight?
You know, you're right.
Miss Bird, you said you didn't relock this door.
I'm certain of it, sir. I don't think Mr. Portsman noticed it himself that I hadn't.
Which means what, sir?
Either means that he actually does have the key to his office, or that the door Miss Bird opened wasn't the one at all, but a different one.
You opened a different door, but how can you prove that?
There's an easy way to find out. All we need to do is examine these. The prints on the number plate will tell us all we have to need to know.
Everything, really? Like what, sir?
Ah, shit. It was the doorknobs.
Like, well, for example, and such as... Well, we know for sure that the Gumshoe's dinner will consist of instant noodles.
Wow, that was amazing, sir. How did you know?
That's supposed to be a joke to cheer me up, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, that's it. Now we should
You
get
see
back
what I
to
mean? Where it's like you can't have them be stupid.
The print on the doorknob will tell us everything.
Hey, you. Yeah, you, pal. Do us a favor and see what you can lift from this, okay? So what'd you find out?
There's no need for such belligerent nostril-flying, detective.
So I've only found Mr. Portsman and Mr. Face prints on the doorknob.
So only two prints are found on this knob, huh? That's pretty decisive.
I'm lost, sir.
Being logically, a certain other print should also be on the knob as well. Now then, whose print should be on this doorknob?
Take that!
Don't you find it odd that the prints of the person who unlocked the door are absent?
You mean...
Yes, the door that Miss Bird opened could not have been this one, but a different one. What do we have here? The basketball.
Oh, damn it.
What's this?
Look at a scrap of paper. I'll get it, sir. Let's see. Oh, there's something written on it.
Looks like a note from the victim.
Yeah, and it's for Mr. Portsman.
So he couldn't have gone. Oh, hello.
What's this?
What are you looking at, sir? Oh, hey, how about a game?
That's okay, Detective. I just found the position of this hoop to be a little off.
Hey, you're right, sir.
It's shifted when someone made this.
I guess it shifted when someone made a seriously sweet slam dunk.
The positioning of the hoop is definitely unnatural. Better take note of this. Is this basketball the property of Mr. Portsman?
Yes, sir. He's always ready for a match.
Basketball, soccer, dodgeball, tennis, it doesn't matter what sport he is, he's game. Although I think he'd better be a little hard to play tennis with this ball. Oh.
That isn't the point you should be focusing on, Detective.
You're right, sir. Now I know what I should be focusing on. Bad Mr. Portsman, someone should teach him to clean up his toys if he's done playing.
I think we've reached the end of this conversation. I don't see any signs of forced entry.
And according to the guide, no signs of the lock was picked either, sir.
Yeah, the door really was opened with a key. Did you happen to access any pressure lift off the doorknob?
Apparently the doorknob's clean as a whistle. Wiped it, they think.
Whoever the thief is, they did a good job of not leaving any clues behind.
Oh, there we go.
Huzzah!
Poking around the hallways actually paid off quite handsomely.
Huh? How so, sir?
In a variety of different ways, I think it's time that we had a little chat with the real culprit of this case.
You know the
You
killer.
know who the killer is?
Oh.
Wow, Mr. Edgeworth.
He's so angry and ready to pounce. I thought he was about to speak.
If all my logic is sound, then yes. The mastermind behind the murder is none other than Mr. Portsman.
What? Mr. Portsman?
I knew it. That's exactly what my logic sensors were telling me too. I suspected him from the instant he accused Maggie of being the killer, sir.
That is anything but logical. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourselves. Come what may, it's time to knock on a true store.
Knock knock.
Mr. Portsman, I finished processing the bloody letters, sir. All right, let me take a gander at it and pass it here. Okay, looking good. You there. You go take care of this.
Ah!
Well, if it isn't Detective Gumshoe.
End the line for you, Portsman. We got you now.
Go off your dog, Mr. Edgeworth. This is some kind of joke.
This is no joke. We know, Mr. Jack Portsman, that you are the guilty party in this case.
You must be getting pretty upset getting chased out of your own room. You ought to be mad too. So I guess you can stay if you promise to stay out of our way.
You intend to hide your crime under the guise of a prosecutor doing his job. I guess right through that unsightly paper-thin mask you wear upon your cowl.
Who'd ever thought it would have come to this? Actually, come to think of it, your mentor was Manfred von Karma, right? The legendary prosecutor never lost a single case for 40 long years. But there was always this incessant chatter about forged evidence with that guy. Really teaches me that I've got to stay on the lookout for false accusations, you know?
You're not even trying to play mind games because they won't work. The only thing you should be using that mouth of yours for now is explaining yourself. All that too will dig your hole deeper. Either way, your game's up.
Well, aren't we full of ourselves, even though you have yet to prove anything?
Let's do it.
I have no idea what sort of harebrained idea you have in your mind, but there's a mountain of evidence that points away from me being the culprit. Besides, how...
Specifically away from me.
Just punch
In
him
the
already?
opposite direction.
Exactly. Chip, I do want to punch him. I'm on your side here. Besides, how, may I ask, do you propose I unlocked your door and got in here? Look, I feel bad doing this to you, but I've got work to do, so we're done here.
Sorry, but we're not finished yet.
Boy, you're stubborn. I suppose you're basing your accusation off something. I'll show you what I'm basing my accusation on. Evidence.
Hold it!
My accusation is that is a harebrained idea, is it? You tell me, I'd say it is, after all. Oh.
Hold it!
Oh, and what pray tell kind of evidence are we talking about here? Jim was my partner, so you can't say I had a motive for killing him. And that's it? That's not even an anthill, let alone a mountain. But it's more than enough, wouldn't you agree? Might I recommend that you review what the word evidence means? It doesn't change the fact that the evidence doesn't point to me as the killer.
Hold it!
Unfortunately, I believe I already have shown that earlier. Your speculations mean nothing as I still insist that I cannot get access to your room. What should I do now? Should I raise an objection? You claim to have no way of opening my door. However, is that really the honest truth? Alright, Himiri, go ahead, shoot. Very well, then, I propose that you use this to open my door. Problem is, I can also use this.
You used an entire basketball hoop to open my
Yeah,
door.
he moved it in front of Edgeworth's door so that Maggie could open it.
I mean, yes. But I think it's just the phrasing of it, where it's just like, you used an entire basketball hoop to open the door. You just jammed it right into the keyhole.
That's how I do. I believe you were able to open my office door with the master key, no less. Wait, hold on for a second. I never laid a finger on that key, as you already know. Precisely, you were able to open my door without lifting a single finger. Well, maybe you did, but only to direct. That's right, you used your finger to direct this person to open my door with a key.
Detective Gumshoe.
He would. You had asked Miss Bird to open your own office door for you, yes? Yes, I kind of forget my key at home. Happens a bit too often for my taste. You know. But the room you had Miss Bird open at that time was not your own, was it?
Well, you see, I would have had Jim open it, but I was too busy murdering. What?
You have quite the imagination. But why don't we ask the girl herself whose door we open, shall we?
I'm certain that was Mr. Portsman's door, sir. I checked the number plate to make sure I was opening the right door, sir.
See, Miss Bird backs up my story. Yet what if you had misled her to fool you into thinking what you wanted? And how do you suppose I did that? By switching the number plates on our doors, for example.
That's right, they do slide out pretty easily.
Furthermore, you then used one thing to give a very strong impression. That the door she was opening was yours and not in fact mine. Yeah.
Take that!
What? Basketball hoop, sir?
It's quite a it's quite a peculiar fixture in any hallway, let alone a hallway in this building, which is why it has left which is why it left a usually strong impression on you. If an object perfectly suited to sit just outside the office of a particular prosecutor. Whoa!
Very true, sir, because there was a basketball hoop sitting there. I thought the door I was opening had to be Mr. Portsman.
There are signs the hoop had been moved. Sit in front of my office to be sure. I see, so that's how you throw suspicion on people. Thanks for the tip. I think your conjecture's a little off the racetrack. No, you're just spouting nonsense. I had the girl open my office door. After that, I was in my room the entire time. You don't have a single reason to suspect me.
Open and shut, boys.
Yep, we're done. Now we're gonna leave. It's Maggie Bird. She's the criminal. So he tries to claim his innocence till the end, does he? I'm as pure innocent as my jacket, covered in bloodstains. And Miss Bird is as dirty as guilty as the jacket she wears.
My jacket's not dirty, I'll have you know. I just washed it yesterday.
Please calm down, for I intend to show who is the one truly covered in slime here.
Hold it!
Nonsense, you say?
Yes, because I'm telling the truth here. Oh, that was it? I'm so used to pressing giving me like...
His testimony just boils down to, nuh-uh.
I know, right?
Using the master key, of course.
Sure, you have the problem with that. That is what the master key is for, right?
Maybe we should place it on an elaborate labyrinth of some sort of people like you. And what were you doing in your office?
Partying.
This man killed. This man killed blah blah blah. Why? Because I said so.
Training regimen at 1 in the morning.
I know, right? I was doing my usual training regimen.
Training regimen? Were you going through your law books from start to finish?
Mainly batting practice and some weights, and oh, I jog when I get the chance.
Wow, you must be the buffest prosecutor we have.
Not true, not true. Have you seen Gant?
With the
Oh wait, no, he was police, dang it.
Ah, beans.
With the weakest legal muscles, it would seem.
I was doing my usual workout, so...
At 1 I had to come in at 1 a.m. to work out at the prosecutor's office. You know how it is.
I know, right?
My neighbors get really cranky when I work out at home at my apartment.
I know, right? I want to present the ball.
He's so sassy.
I love that little
Whereas
finger wiggle.
Like, it's so frustrating when he does it to you, but when you do it, you're just
It's
like, you
he's so good.
simpleton, you idiot.
Yeah, because like when he does it to us, he's calling us the idiot, but when we do it, we're calling them the idiot. It's so much better. Just a little finger waggle. Love it. I'm gonna have a quick stretch. Just give myself a quick stretch. All right.
That was a lie.
What are you talking about? How was that a lie?
This is a note that the victim left for you, Mr. Portsman.
A note?
It was left under your door, or did you not notice? And right here it says, "But you're out." You were not in your room when the victim came to call on you. So then, where were you and what were you doing?
Ah!
Shall I explain it in full detail for you? You were busy slipping around my room, the very room you had Miss Bird open for you.
That's just nonsense! You have no evidence that I made the girl open your door for me.
Oh, but I do. I have very decisive evidence.
No way!
This is positive proof that you had Miss Bird open the door for you.
Take that!
Good luck.
Oh, fuck.
Ooh.
You know, nope, I got nothing. Getting sleepy, are we? Guess it's kind of getting late.
Yeah, it's
2 a.m.
I'll have you know I'm wide awake. And I'll prove it to you.
This is... Oh.
Take that!
I had your door dusted for prints.
My door? What for? Come on, I bet you didn't find anything. You're sure good at wasting time.
You're right, I didn't find anything. And definitely not Miss Bird's fingerprints.
Her prints? What do they have to do with anything?
Let's put it this way, if she really was the one who opened your door, then her prints would actually be on the doorknob she touched.
Ah!
Further, all the prints on my doorknob have been wiped clean off. I can only assume because Miss Bird's fingerprints were on it. Don't you think it's time you gave up your charade? We know you stole my office with the intent of stealing something from me, and Detective Faith found you out. Possibly because he heard sounds coming from the room whose occupant was on leave. There's a report when you killed Mr. Faith to silence him. And I had the misfortune to return, where I did. You had threatened me as you escaped. As I said, when you had the gun to my back, no one gets away with committing murder in my office.
Or
And not to
tracking
mention,
dirt.
tracking dirt into my office.
And what's so funny, pal?
Well, that look of stiff seriousness on his face is the office's finest prosecutor. As he makes a huge mistake accusing me simply too much to bear. There's just nothing else I'd like in the world.
What?
Mr. Edgeworth just explained it all, and he even backed it up. You're the murderer. Stop trying to be slippery and just admit to the crime already. No.
And as I said earlier, it's all circumstantial, so full of conjecture. You say you checked my doorknob for prints? Well, I can readily confess that I had wiped that down as well.
Eh?
I'm a little obsessive-compulsive, you see. I didn't want to touch a doorknob that you had touched. Oh my god.
So casual.
Which is why I wiped the doorknob down as soon as I could after you opened the door. After that, it makes perfect sense that only Jim's and mine prints would be on there. Oh, wrong voice.
You made that up yourself, didn't you?
Furthermore, as the note for Jim left for me, do you know exactly when that was? For all we know, he could have left it there before I arrived at the office, like early in the evening, for example. Are you saying you failed to notice a note in your doorway? Hey, even geniuses fail at time. I was probably too preoccupied with work-related matters, although that's no excuse. You just said you were fucking working out.
That's just a flat-out lie. There's no way you didn't notice a note that size.
Oh, but can you prove? But you can't prove that, can you?
Say something, Mr. Edgeworth. Back me up here, sir.
Portsmouth makes a good point. I can't prove that he didn't simply overlook it.
Besides, I have an airtight alibi.
Airtight, you say?
I only just realized I had one as we were talking. I guess it would have been better for all of us if I had told you sooner. Oh my god. If I remember correctly, you came back to this office at around 2 a.m., correct? And it was then that you had the unfortunate confrontation at gunpoint with the culprits. But at exactly that time, I was down in criminal affairs. Ask around, I'm sure the other detectives will corroborate my story. It's the perfect alibi.
Do you really think it's that perfect?
Like I said, I don't care. Ask all around you like. You'll see for yourself.
Detective Gunpowder.
Yes, sir. I'll go check out his alibi, sir. Be right back. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, I think we're in trouble. Just like Mr. Portsman said. The guys down in criminal affairs said they saw him at around 2 a.m.
You see?
All the evidence points to him being the culprit, so there must be a contradictory point in his alibi somewhere.
Find it.
My evil twin, Jessica.
Hold it!
You are correct. It was around 2 a.m.
Was it daylight savings per chance today? Are you sure? It's really important that you're spot on time with here.
I remember checking my watch then and make no mistake, it was 2.
Oh, giving testimony like a pro. Okay, so you came to your office at 2. Is that watch wrong?
Hold it!
It's as you say, however.
Yes, however, you're the only one who claims to have been bumped into this culprit. So tell me, did you see the person's face? Was it me who you saw?
It was pitch black, so I couldn't actually see.
Objection!
Oh, come on now. I'm sure you saw something. Try a little harder, why don't you?
I'm beginning to feel like I'm the one being interrogated here.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter if you remember or not. It only matters that you ran into the culprits.
Hold it!
You paid the Criminal Affairs Department a visit.
Yup, right after I left the prosecutor's building, I headed straight for the precinct.
Well, we did go and ask around to confirm your testimony.
And it's just as I said, right?
Yes, sir. The memo detective said that they saw you at the time, around that time.
See, I have a perfect alibi. That's the ace I had up my sleeve.
Impossible. He actually does have a perfect alibi.
What's wrong? Why the sullen look on your face?
Can't you say anything, Mr. Edgeworth?
I think we've reached the end of the line and it's time to go get off this crazy train. You there. Sir! Please escort the young lady up, but remember, be gentle.
Maggie!
Detective Gumshoe.
Is there nothing I can do? There must be a way to turn this situation around. If only I had a clue. Did I miss something that can help me cast out this alibi? I need to calmly think about this through one more time and with logic.
No.
Evidence points to the shelves being disturbed once before and once after the murder. But who's to say the person who did the second time was the same as the first? Which could mean that there was another person who paid a visit to my office tonight.
I wonder if they connect.
Right, but you see what I mean? Where it's like, oh, like, you know what I mean? Where
Yeah.
it's like, it's a fun little thing.
I gotcha.
If indeed there were two culprits, then that resolves the contradiction behind our murder weapon. Despite the fact that there are two bullets in this room, the murder weapon only shows signs of being fired once, leaving this possibility that the other bullet was fired from the other visitor's gun. Furthermore, if we suppose that the second culprit's gun was the one that was pointed at my back, Mr. Portsman, seems I need to amend my assumption regarding this case.
Great, so you finally come to your senses.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Sir, what are you saying?
This has been a big misunderstanding on my part from the start. I assumed that the person I ran into was the killer. That may not have been the case.
What do you mean?
The person I ran into was just your average thief.
A thief. But sir, doesn't that cause some sort of contradiction in the facts?
Not at all. It simply means that the killer was someone else. And it means that in actuality, two culprits stole my office tonight.
What do you mean, two?
It explains both why the shelves are disturbed twice and how there were two guns. Mr. Portsman tricked Miss Bird and gained entry into my office.
Now you're just leading the argument. You still don't have any actual proof, you know.
If you could please go along with my hypothetical scenario now, Mr. Portsman. In the end, if you really are innocent, you should have nothing to worry about.
Grr.
Now then, returning to the scenario, Mr. Portsman was out to steal something from me. Which is why he checked my secret safe and ransacked my shelves. This is the first time.
So then, this would be when the files are put back in the wrong order, right?
Correct. And then, just when he was about to look somewhere else, who should walk in but his own partner, Mr. Faith?
But why did Mr. Faith come into your room, sir?
He probably had business with Mr. Portsman, which is why he was in the area. But that's when he noticed sounds coming from my office, which would be my guess.
Oh, because you were supposed to be away, right?
He must have thought it was odd, so he came into this office to check it out.
Correct. And as a detective, that was the right thing to do. When he came in, he found his own partner standing there. Because it was Mr. Portsman, Mr. Faith probably let his guard down. But Mr. Portsman was not so merciful to let him leave alive. He waited for the chance to steal Faith's gun from him, and then he killed him. He silenced Mr. Faith for catching him in the act of stealing.
Definitely the face of an innocent man.
This is the moment in which the first shot was fired, the one that landed on my files. Following that, Mr. Portsman wiped the gun down and left it behind as he made his exit. He could afford to do that because he had also left a fake dying message behind.
You're such a complicated troublemaker, you know that.
Well, if things were that simple, then it would all be solved. However, there was yet another visitor to my room, and this is where it gets complicated.
There was another.
Visitor, sir.
Yes, and this other person's job was to steal something from me. Now then, even after Mr. Portsman left my door, my office remained unlocked. However, this new visitor had no way of knowing that, and so they stole the master key from the security guard's room, and then entered my room and searched through my shelves. This was the second time they were disturbed, and it seems the thief found their prize.
Oh, the stolen old file, right?
Correct. Only just as the thief was about to leave with the file, I appeared. The thief then threatened me with their own gun and made their escape. The second bullet was fired during that brief encounter.
So the shelves getting messed up twice in the 2 bullets. It's all because 2 different people were doing those things 2 different times.
Precisely. So now do you see, Mr. Portsman? The person I met was just a thief, and was not in fact Mr. Faith's killer. Your alibi for the time in frame which I ran into the other person is now irrelevant, because we now know that the murder took place during the first culprit's visit.
What's so funny, pal?
Absolutely splendid. Your scenario explains everything.
Of course it does, Mr. Edgeworth, after all. Not some loser defense attorney who can't make anything up until he's put pressured on.
But you know, it still doesn't change the fact that it's all circumstantial. Supposing if, and that's a big if, your theory is right, it would indeed render my alibi, which has withstood scrutiny, mind you, irrelevant. But there is still one defining point of your argument for which you have no evidence. Your supposition that I was the first visitor.
Mr. Edgeworth, you can't let him get away with that, sir.
But he has a point. I have absolutely no proof for that point.
You say that, sir.
I don't believe this. Don't worry, Maggie. I'll do something if I must.
You know something? I find your attitude to be somewhat peculiar, Mr. Edgeworth. If the person you met today was really just a plain old thief, then why is that person not like your main suspect? That is, if your theory is correct. That thief you ran into should be your real suspect, wouldn't you say? We should be out there looking for that thief right now. They might still be nearby. I hate to repeat myself, but as I already said, I'll show you my room. When Jim came to deliver some evidence to me, I was down at criminal affairs. I can't expect to know what happened around here when I left.
We'll mix up speed up because you're getting farther in your testimony.
Say again?
The music changed, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
Do you think we should be out there looking for the thief?
Of course. Now isn't the time to have these dead-end discussions.
I don't think it's dead-ended at all. I find your alibi to be fascinating. Let's continue where we left off, shall we? I know he's lying. I know he was here at the scene of the crime. I just need to find a way to prove it.
Press it.
Actually, no, I wouldn't.
Why not?
That's elementary. The dying message, of course. Mr. Faith's killer clearly left those letters on the spines of those files. And it was after that the thief stole one of them.
You mean the 0 file, right?
And that's how we also know the letters themselves were all set up, and not from Mr. Faith. If the thief was the killer, you think they would try to undermine themselves?
But maybe they just didn't think of that either. Yes, that's it. Maybe just maybe.
Hold it!
Once escaped, I highly doubt a thief would linger nearby. Well, you never know. Maybe they didn't get what they were really after.
Oh, you talk like you know quite a bit about this thief.
It's nothing like that. I have no idea about anything after all.
Hold it!
But according to Mr. Faith's notes...
According to Mr. Faith's notes.
Hold it! I thought we'd already cleared that up. Didn't we say that Jim left a note for me in the early evening?
If you have proof that he left at a different time, say just before he was murdered. I don't have any, no. You see, so I insist again that I was in my office the entire time.
Hold it.
Why didn't you go there with Mr. Faith? Oh, that's because he said he was tired and was going to take a quick nap. You know those sofas in the hallway? He likes to sleep on those. It's one of his habits. And what are the evidence he brought? They were things related to yesterday's case. Just 2 items, a gun and a pendant. Interesting. This piece of testimony seems too crucial to let slip through the cracks.
Hold it.
A gun and a oh, fuck. I'm switching out their voices now. God damn it. That's rough.
Rough.
A gun and a pendant. Yes, this gun, which was the murder weapon, and this pendant, which belonged to the victim. And why were you taking them to criminal affairs? There was something in the past case file I wanted to compare these two, but all this has nothing to do with the case right now. And I believe you'll find a long paper trail left to be your satisfaction. How much you found out? It's not. Because there should be 3. Yep. Only 2 pieces. I believe the proper phrase here is you fail. Excuse me. You failed as a prosecutor, Mr. Portsman, as you intended to keep evidence hidden from me. What are you talking about? I haven't hidden anything from you. Well, here's a piece of evidence I think you should read carefully.
It says Mr. Faith is bringing 3 pieces.
Yes, this is the victim's real dying message to you, Mr. Portsman. I can't believe he got tripped up by simple arithmetic. Where is the missing piece of evidence? Alright, it's, you have it, don't you? Only the guilty would make such a face. Death of Gumshoe.
You don't have to say it, sir. I'll pat the guy down from head to toe.
What? Don't come any closer, I'm warning you.
It's all about the investigation, pal, so don't even think about stopping me.
All capitalized. Pal.
Pow!
No!
What's this? Get this on him, sir.
Despite what you said, it would appear that you do have something to hide.
Why would he hide something like that?
The one reason why anyone would hide evidence of this caliber is it would unequivocally point to that person himself as the real killer. Let's see on the videotape in a little more detail. For the section of the tape that will drive in the last nail into his coffin.
That's blood, isn't it?
Yes, I believe this is what the good prosecutor was trying to hide. What's the KG8 incident, though? I'm curious. This blood is still fresh.
You mean this might be Detective Faith's blood?
No. You've got it all wrong. I'm curious. Where's KG8? Shit, it's not here. No amount of denial can save you, but we have to run a blood test to find the truth. It was like you had received evidence from the victim earlier. Now you'll tell us when and how did the victim's blood find its way onto this video?
Yeah, it's totally suspicious.
Was it the moment of his death? Did Detective Faith have this videotape on his person when he killed him? You know very well there's no way to prove that. Not even if we were to examine this tape for fingerprints. Ugh! If I had to take a guess, I'd say that the only ones on here would belong to the murderers, you and Mr. Faith.
And me, who's been touching it this whole time.
That's a good point. Oh God. He just died. He just died.
What was that death pose as he fell off?
2 murders happened. Well, 2 deaths happened in this office today.
Suppose has been placed under arrest for the murder of Detective Buddy Faith, sir.
Very good.
And the results we got back from the lab techs on the tape turned out to be
Finally, he's gone. I know, right, Chip?
No, the real saw it, sir. The bumper came back and it was definitely Mr. Face's blood on there. As a bonus, we were also able to lift off a few of Mr. Face's fingerprints as well.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Edgeworth. I still can't believe I got to see your cool deduction skills outside the courtroom. I'm impressed beyond words, sir.
It was nothing. I'm just sorry you got caught up in a murder in my office. Please accept my apologies.
I was nothing, really, compared to what I've been through, I mean. I consider myself lucky that it was only a burglary and a murder this time, sir. If it had been a holdup or a hostage situation, I'd have thrown up my hands in the air. I think I'm finally rising up from a goddess of misfortune to just an unlucky person.
Oh no.
Something tells me that we should have hired a different person for security detail.
You know something, sir? That Mr. Portsman really was one corrupt prosecutor.
And why would you say he was corrupt?
Well, I heard there were a number of suspicious things related to his court cases. There's even rumors about how some of the evidence he uses is forged, sir.
Forged evidence, huh?
And they say he even decided not to prosecute a few cases for some really vague reasons.
Ooh, that guy was a complete disgrace to the profession.
We never did get around for asking what his reason was for breaking into my office.
Yeah, whenever we got on that near the topic, he just clammed up.
Although we can be pretty certain that it has to steal something.
That's just between you and me, sir, but there's a rumor that some sort of huge organization is involved behind the scenes.
Oh, well. Mr. Portsman not willing to divulge anything, it certainly leads credence to that rumor. It would seem that we haven't heard the last of this.
Huh? The Mr. Portsman isn't the bad guy.
I didn't say that, but rather there are still many more mysteries for us to solve. For example, we still haven't figured out the significance of the piece of evidence. Yeah, that one.
Mm-hmm.
Take that!
The person who stole this file, the other villain of the night.
Yeah, I wonder who it was.
What happened to the stolen pages? I wonder, who in the world was it that held me up at gunpoint?
Mr. Edgeworth, sir.
Yes.
I came across this while I was processing your office earlier, sir.
This card.
What is it? There's a bird or something on there?
Not just any bird. This is a mark of the raven. A three-legged raven. Even you should know what this is, Detective.
Oh, it's about that thing, isn't it? The great thief everyone's talking about.
Yes, it's the mark of the great thief.
Yatagarasu, or something like that.
Yatagarasu. Under the mark of the legendary bird, the Yatagarasu is noble to the end, a modern Robin Hood. It looks just like Phoenix with how spiky his hair is.
Evil Phoenix.
It looks just like that man. Labeled mysterious and phantom-like, the Yatagarasu appears and vanishes at will. But we don't know much about this thief's ultimate goal. We do know the targets. The Yatagarasu likes to find and make public evidence of corrupt dealings of all sorts. The theft is always performed in silence and always with perfection. Once the target is chosen, no dramatic calling card or announcement is set forth. Instead, the chosen corporation is infiltrated without even a target noticing. Soon after the evidence was found, is sent out to the mass media, along with a single card. Although it has been a while since the Yatagarasu's last appearance.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, look, something's written on the back.
What? Let me see.
Location of where the thief put the stolen files.
So the person who stole the contents of the files is the Yatagarasu. Yatagarasu, organization. Quite a few keywords are popping up in this mystery. The murder of my office. The return of the great thief Yatagarasu. Looking back, I can't say I didn't see these events coming, for they were heralded by the incidents that began to occur 2 days ago.
God, that was annoying the shit out of me. Intro case 1 done. Let's go. Guys, I'm not gonna lie. I'm getting really tired right now. I've had a little bit of a longer day at work. Oh, it just exited out? You have 100k worms now? Jesus Christ. I should find a reason for you guys to actually use those worms. I will get one day. I will have a reason for you guys to use them one day. Anyways. Who are we gonna raid today? I'm honestly too tired. I'm not gonna raid anyone. I'm lazy. So, if you guys watch us on YouTube as a VOD, YouTube, thank you very much for watching. I hope you had a good one. Y'all stay safe, stay Botanist Cool. We'll see you soon, YouTube.
Bye.